It is a fast-acting viral strain that infects the host immediately, and upon getting sick, the infected will become racked with coughs, sweat profusely, and start to get the shivers and chills.
There he is, the legend. The man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah. You can't literally run a promotion just for the AEW, what do they call them, sickos?
Thank you very much, TikTok and AEW. See you tonight.
Tony Khan started telling people there's no such thing as long-term booking anymore. It's week to week.
The best guy is Tony Khan.
We just secured the bag.
It's not like I tried to be a character. It was just sort of happened naturally. But it was never something I intended. It was just something that happened because the wrestlers asked me to do things in matches, and I do them.
If you run a promotion just for the sickos, you're going to do 400,000 viewers eventually.
Mother effing melts.
You know that SmackDown actually went over and everything?
Yeah.
You know,
What's the point?
the point of SmackDown.
What are you getting at here?
That the DVRs didn't pick it up.
Did they not pick it up?
You know, mine didn't.
Let's get into everybody's favorite moment, and it is called Dave Meltzer's Dumb Moment of the Week.
What would you like to listen to in your ears?
I'd like to hear the flute.
Well, if you'd like to flaunt your flute, then we can find you a flautist.
We just secured the bag.
It doesn't help me.
Okay, so complain, but
I will complain.
Let me have my misery.
And when I heard that, I was like, what?
Thank you, fuck you, bye, boom.
You got to run a promotion for everybody. The sickos can be the ones that buy tickets first and spend the most money on the merchandise.
Because we just secured the bag.
But, like, you got to promote for everybody. Then you'll have a lot of viewers.
I think we proved a lot of so-called experts. We made them look like idiots. We're not going anywhere. Tony Khan's not going anywhere.
You'll also be there on TNT. You'll be in 2 places at once. You'll be live like my favorite movie. Time God. It's so great, Pittsburgh.
It's not like I tried to be a character. It sort of happened naturally.
the best guy is Tony Khan.
To keep themselves safe.
Ooh. What's happening, guys? Welcome to another eclectic edition of, well, this is a PWT run-in, yeah. And I am your host, the infallible Phil Marks, and you guys asked for it, so you guys get it. I have skipped over doing Sicko segments the last, 5 shows I've done. The last, 2 weeks, I've been like, oh, guys, I really don't want to do it. I promised you guys last time, and then I still bailed. I broke my promise. See? Promises made to be broken. And so I go, what do I do? Well, we do a Sicko Wars run-in. That's the only way to go about this. So thank you all for being here. At the run-ins, I don't beg for likes or nothing like that. If chat wants to encourage you to do that, that's great. What I will ask you guys to do is you file in here before we get started, because we'll be here for a minute. This will be, maybe not a 3-hour show or whatever, but it'll definitely be, it's juicy, right? We're backed up a bit here. Like all good shits, right? No? I don't know.
Exactly. No pop.
4 minutes in, we're swearing already. So I hope you're all doing good. I got a Red Bull. And yeah, guys, just to quickly, fill the shill my stuff. Just hit the like, subscribe, consider becoming a member, 99 cents. And also, I launched a new channel. Not too shabby. 68 subscribers already. Phil Marks out. This is where, if you like to hear me talk about wrestling, this is my other thing. Now, it's not a show. It's different. It'll be more scripted content, video edits, but it will be like reviews, pop culture stuff, YouTuber drama, movies, TV, that sort of thing. Make sure you go check me out and subscribe over there if you haven't. That's what I'm shilling to you all there. And yeah, I'm on Twitter as well. Phil Marks Out. That's where you'll see me, because sometimes I'll talk about movies or something that gets no traction. It's like, yeah, I should switch over and start doing something else there. So I hope you all enjoy that as well. And again, that's like different than PWT, but it's the same essence. It's your boy Phil. So if you like hearing me, jibber and jabber over here, then yeah, you'll certainly enjoy that. So make sure you guys check that out. Okay, so we have Sicko and Sicko Crime today. We have wackos. We got Conrad Thompson getting attacked. We got Sean Ross Sapp's getting attacked. We got who else, man? Ricochet and JD from NYJD. They've been going at it. We got Elboo, of course. So there's almost 100 of you in here. So I'm just gonna milk it. Yeah. Just waiting for like 2 more across both the channels, and then we're good. So okay, I think we're good. So round of applause, the PWT universe. Yeah, you guys know what to do. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is PWT Sicko. So let's get right into it. The Alleged Wrestling Podcast takes a screen grab of Elboo. Having a good take until one part of it. So Covalent TV is like, Ricochet earned the praise he's currently getting. I've been praising Ricochet myself, and Elboo says, and he did it through ambitious character work. True. Imagine if somebody told you last summer that Ricochet would go to AEW and after a few months transform his career. I don't know if that's what he's done yet. Chill, right? By being a cross between 2000 Kurt Angle and American Psycho. I mean, it's neither of those things, in my opinion. I know that they're like, oh, look, he's all crazy and it's blood, and it's like, oh, American Psycho. It's like, I don't really get that vibe from it at all. It's such a weird concept. Yeah, because you just made that up, Elboo, but he's pulling it off. Well, he's pulling off whatever he's doing. Okay, well, they personally told me it's American Psycho. Sweet. Okay, Moxley's doing bad other movies he saw too, right? You guys stop trying to copy movies you don't understand, right? So here's Neckbeards who says, remember, folks, WWE releases talent, AEW releases talent. So Omar Bruce R. Crap says, crazy how WWE had countless releases during the pandemic, while AEW let go of no one during that same time, considering how much more money WWE makes. That's pretty telling. And this is a same guy who's like, this is good for AEW. There's a lot of fat to trim when it comes to them making releases. So again, just sickos don't keep the same energy, right? Here's me. Oh, look, I made my own segment. Cute. I say literally the dumbest take about any topic ever on this app. I must have been salty. I don't know why I went so hard. It's in a bad mood. I think I know what day that was. No. But WWE goes, CM Punk just called out John Cena on Raw. And then Trevor Dame goes, WWE has dethroned AEW as the promo promotion. What? Still a lot of ones there I don't like, but they have some heavy hitters and they're letting them go a bit more often. I'll take this over the timeless Tony goofball stuff any day. It's just funny how I went so hard on him, I think, just because like when was AEW the pro? There was a couple guys who could rip, so maybe at one point, maybe at one point, yeah, you could argue that. But like that hasn't been the case in a while. And then just shitting on Tony Storm, it's like, no, fuck you. So from Tiki, responds to Asuka, right? So we covered this before. This is from a while back, right? So Asuka was going at these like cage match sickos, and she's like, this is a really great match. And then this guy's like, nope, it was a boilerplate hard cam WWE slop. Real great women's wrestling is in Japan. Maybe if you work this match in Stardom, it could have been something special. Jesus Christ. These people are crazy, bro. Moving along here. So yeah, dude, Elboo and Fadeaway Media got into it, and they got into a little beef like a couple weeks back, a week and a half ago. And it's funny because, and this guy's saying rare fade W, but like, what's a rare fade W? Like, all he does is just go, oh my God, WWE, oh my God, WWE, oh my God, WWE. And so it's funny to see two people go at it. Like Elbows just kisses AEW's nuts. Fadeaway is like not even a nut kiss. He just doesn't pay attention to other shit. And like anytime I see him talking about AEW, he's usually putting it over too, right? Like it's like, oh my God, Edge is here. Yo, this, like, I pop for this or whatever. Talking about Adam Copeland. Like, he's never really been shitty, at least not that I've seen. So maybe there's a different Fadeaway I'm not aware of, right? Who's being some like asshole. But either way, Elboo goes Fadeaway Media, be like, just woke up, LMAO, hashtag SmackDown. And then Fade just cooks him. He's like, you be like, pay $40 for fake info. Sickos versus wackos, dude. I fucking love it. Now this is what it's like when worlds collide. Are you ready to go? Cause oh, dude, this is amazing. So this post is unavailable from someone. Some ex-air. He must have deleted it for some reason. So Husey knew and said it before anything. This dumbass Elboo saying, I'm sorry, I don't know, whatever it was. I'm sure I was right there, but yeah, I was like, I respond to this cage match guy, and I'm like, the lack of dudes getting laid in this world is alarming. And then this guy's like, oh yeah, the Pro Wrestle Times really sounds like they're rolling in the pussy. LOL, FAGS. FABOLOUS, right? He just dropped that shit. And I was like, dude, these cage match sickos being homophobic and then blocking because Oscar roasted them is peak 2025 IWC. So then Elboo and Fade go at it some more, right? And Elboo's like, who do you think is winning the men's chamber, Fadeaway Media? I feel like it's a toss-up. What do you think? Hashtag SmackDown. Like, why going at him? It's because it's just like a guy who doesn't even really give takes, right? Elboo just, he's going at Fadeaway Media and blocking other motherfuckers. Like, come on. And then Fadeaway's like, who knows, but I think you'll make up more fake dating rumors about wrestlers. I don't know. Cook them. Fadeaway goes, bitch. Oh my God, dude. Cooked him. Finish him. Yeah, that's a fatality right there. And like, why go at Fade, man? Especially you, Elboo. It's because he's trying to, it's easy pickings for sickos to be like, yeah, look at this guy who's clearly just like a WWE shield, just because he's a guy who only watches WWE. There's so many more people who only watch WWE than AEW in general. So like, why is that a thing to be bitter at? This is why people don't fuck with y'all, man. This is why people don't, this is why the fan base is like, man, I try to give AEW a chance, but the fucking fans, bro, it's because of shit like this, you know? Wrestle Cringe got his account suspended, so there you go. He's just one of the most toxic shitheads there is. So here's a wrestling counselor who says, but wait, Ao, you guys slut shamed 2 women on that Discord. Okay, so what the fuck? Do I have to read all this? Hope everyone is well. I've missed you all. Okay, yeah, listen. A sicko manifesto, right? We see this all the time with these fools. Like, he writes their whole lives. This is how you know someone's whole life is Twitter, if they have to write a whole, like, I've missed you so, my dearest ex. I've missed you all. It's like, bro, you need love in your life. But homeboy goes, hope everyone is well. I've missed you all. My time away was very healthy and taking a was it? My time away was so very healthy.
Are you sure about that?
Shit. Gave me further clarity that the role I should be playing in this space with the platform I've been afforded is a productive and helpful one. Take themselves so seriously, bro. In my time away, one thing that was still made abundantly clear is that professional wrestling still has a way to go in terms of the treatment of women. I've made the decision to donate my first 2 self-made PW checks to Rain, the Grape Caboose, and Pinterest network. I don't know how to work around that, guys. Let's get Husey in here. See what he has to know. I encourage any follower of mine to make a contribution as well, no matter how big or small. Well, that's a good thing. But wait, so guys, I might be off on my sicko lore here. It's been a minute, right? Self-made P-dub. Like, is that what that's like the Discord, right? Where they were stooging the informations. Chat will let me know on that. I'm sorry. I haven't been keeping up on my fools here. I need to step it up, Mr. Grinch. I encourage my followers. Yeah, I encourage you guys to fucking support that thing, but not because this asshole tells you to. Everybody be blessed. Thank you all for the messages and well wishes. Way too many get back to everyone, but they are extremely appreciated. Excited to be back talking grabs with y'all. It's so funny too. It's like, oh, I know what'll make it good. I'll just like go away from Twitter for 2 weeks and then come back to. I'll donate my first 2 checks, but after that, I'm gonna still need those checks to make shit up. Oh man. Okay, so this person is like, read this. This Laura, I'm not even gonna plug their ex, but they're like, you don't like AEW because you were conditioned to view and consume pro wrestling in one specific way, and that's why you think it's bad. It's not bad. It was never bad. Dude, it got so bad. It was really good. And then it got so bad. And I just wrote, this is fucking stupid. It's not a conspiracy. You aren't brainwashed. This person's lonely. This is the mentality that turns people off of all wrestling. Just enjoy what you enjoy. Smile. So here's this slick dude getting owned, who's always talking a lot of shit. And he responds to Drain Bamager about the Prime thing. And then Slick was like, but I keep getting told they're in trouble. Now you haters are just fucking idiots, which, yeah, I mean, when people say they're in trouble, when I say AEW's fucked, I mean, like, creatively, bro, they're fucked. I am the first one to tell you all, they will stay in business forever. And I'm happy they will, you know, but it's when they're fucked, I mean, they're fucked like they TNA'd themselves. It doesn't matter what they do. There's no returning from some of the nonsense that's happened, you know? Hydrating. So, I don't know. This guy's like, it's still $49.99 add-on. And then Slick's like, no one said the price was changing yet. $50, no idea. Now, I brought this to Sickos just to show you that a lot of people talk shit when they don't know. Right? So they're both sides are just like, Sicko versus Wacko Wars, right? You got to love it. But the Amazon thing, is it bad? I don't know. We'll see when the pay-per-view sales come out. You know me. I'm optimist Phil. I'm not ready to just fucking switch up my ways. I'm not going to be like, no, fuck this. My whole thing is this. I said it before. They're pushing Max so hard now. It's like, but go to Prime for our pay-per-views. All over the place. They need to reel it in. They need to rein it in. And it's silly that Max people can't just stream it for free or have it discounted or whatever. That seems like the smart thing to do, but they're really still trying to make money off pay-per-view. And what they did was they're always playing catch up, right? In AEW, not to go off into this, but like ESPN Plus, I told you guys about this with UFC. You guys know if you watch UFC, like you pay for ESPN Plus every month and then you still have to pay for the pay-per-view. That's what they're entering into. At the end of this year, UFC is likely going to get away from that, right? Unless Disney comes out of nowhere and makes them some weird offer where they're like, okay, we'll, ESPN, we'll stick with ESPN and then the pay-per-view model too. And I'm not saying they get away from it right away, at least in UFC's sake, because they can still draw a number. But really, the pay-per-view model's kind of dead, bro. And even Jake Paul and them realized that. That's why they did that Tyson fight on Netflix. And so I think at the end of this year, when the UFC TV deal's up, they're going to go with Netflix. That's my belief. And yeah, you maybe in the States, you see something like, oh, you buy the pay-per-views, like the way WWE has pay-per-views on Peacock, and then Raw's on Netflix or whatever. Like maybe in the States it stays that way, where UFC's like, no, we'll be on, like our fight nights will be on Netflix, but our pay-per-views will be on fucking ESPN or who knows? Maybe they do something crazy like that. But I really think Netflix is where UFC is going to land as well. And it's just like the whole pay-per-view thing is just changing. So Tony Khan, again, he's kind of just doing something that seems outdated. I don't know. We'll see if it works out. So Phil Brooks's toupee. Hey, Junkyard Akiyama says, honest question. If stories and characters are so important, then why does a wrestling heavy show almost do double the attendance? And like, I think this guy was trying to say that SmackDown's a wrestling heavy show when everyone complains that it's like so story driven and shit lately. I don't know what that means. They're selling out every building ever. So I just really don't know where these fools come up with this stuff. Julian Weeks responds. Okay. So here's Worked Wrestling. And I don't know why they're beefing. What's Worked Wrestling? Are they a fucking dirt sheet or what? So Julian Weeks posts a screen grab of Worked Wrestling saying, like we said back in September, was only a matter of time. Welcome back, Becky. And then Becky Lynch is reportedly listed among the WWE names slated to appear at Netflix HQ, whatever, but she didn't even come back. That's the thing. So then they're talking about WrestleMania plans, and Julian Weeks is taking a shot like, yeah, you guys are wrong about other shit. And then Worked Wrestling's like, hey, I know you're very ride or die for the company, but things change quick and multiple sources. See, that's what every dirt sheet does. Well, it's card subject to change. Things change. And I don't know. It seems like such a cop-out, but things change quick and multiple sources reported that she was initially scheduled for the Netflix debut. Unsure why you're aiming for a gotcha and trying to bring others down when wrestling is constantly changing. It's just because like people are tired of dirt sheets going like, I'm a dirt sheet. Oh, this just changed. I'm still right. That's why, that's what it is. You can't, if you don't get that, I don't care if you're in the biz and that's what your gig is, but you got to be able to accept that part of it too. But Julian Weeks is like, dog, you said what you said. All I did was post a screenshot. Don't be so soft. Nah, but Julian did go at him. You can get mad at people for not believing everything they read on the internet, especially when you've been missing lately. Yeah, and that's the thing, too. They get real sensitive when you point out misses. Then they start freaking out like, oh, no, but look at all this other shit that was right. Brad Shepard Unleashed. Common fucking Brad Shepard L goes, I stand with Wrestle Cringe and his right to exercise free speech on X. I stand against cancel culture. Yeah, but what is that? Like you're an asshole, so people say fuck off, we don't want to see you, and that's regardless of who it is. And this guy's shit is called Cancel Unleashed. This is the same guy who freaked out on me. You're a pussy because his name's Cancel Unleashed, and I tweeted out that he says unhinged shit. And he's like, how dare you say I say unhinged shit? And it's like, well, your name's Cancel Unleashed, and you're triggered. Go figure. I stand against cancel culture regardless of who it is. If you don't like his posts, ignore him like I do. This goofy little bastard's account should be reinstated immediately. And like, okay, maybe. I mean, I don't care if... I don't even know what Wrestle Cringe did to... He's just such a fucking asshole that people don't like him. So I don't care if his account's banned one way or the other, because didn't he run off Twitter before too? Usually these people... It's always these guys who are like, stand up, you just like the Fed. And then it turns out they're always saying like homophobic, racialist, their accounts are getting banned. Everyone calls me an asshole. I ain't been banned yet. So I don't say dumb shit. And I don't go after people unless they come at me like a dickhead first. You know what I mean? It's pretty easy, right? It's like, it's anyone's fault that these people always push the limits and turn out to be scum of the earth. But Neckbeard's had a great response. He's like, freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom from consequences. Exactly. Right. It's not like, hey, everybody knows it's not like Elon's in there cleaning up Twitter and making it less, you know what I mean? Like you can say whatever the fuck on Twitter now again. Whereas before, it was way more stringent. So whatever he was saying or doing must have been egregious to where, I don't know. Of course, Brad's just going to try and be I'm going to say the opposite of the thing that should be, you know what I mean? And it's not about like sheep. Everyone should think this way. I just said it. I don't care if he's banned or not. I agree. We shouldn't cancel people. But what does that even really mean? People always do that. I'm canceled. Check out my Netflix special. I've made that joke a million times, but it's like, okay, what does that mean? So here is MJ from NJ saying, who in their right mind would ever take Pollock and Thurston and anything they report seriously at this point? These guys spend all their energy reporting on TKO and WWE and didn't even know when exactly TKO was reporting their earnings. Yeah, that's kind of funny. Let's take a listen.
How do you think they reacted when they got their press release this morning that all Class A shareholders of TKO are being issued $75 million in dividends?
Yes.
38 cents per share, as the stock hovering at $160 going into this earnings release on Thursday.
The earnings is today, is it not?
I thought it was Thursday.
It is kind of funny, just considering, like.
No, it's tonight. I was tweeting earlier.
I don't know. I'll say this, though. There's like PLEs and shit where I'm like, oh, what's going to happen Saturday? And you guys are like, the fucking pay-per-views in 2 weeks. Lincoln Hawk gifted 5 Pro Wrestle Clips memberships. Oh, I just looked at the numbers, too. Yeah, we got like 225 watching across both platforms. I don't go live on X every time. I'm just going to do that now and again to lure you sickos and wackos over to the show. I appreciate you all. Consider supporting the fucking channel by becoming a member, joining Patreon. I review shit. I do watch-alongs on there. Consider hitting like or subscribe or checking out my new channel, Phil Marks Out, as well, where my first video is coming soon. Those are my quick plugs there. Thank you so much for gifting the memberships. And then Miss October 30 says, hi, Phil. Just got off work early. I'm walking a trail in 44 Fahrenheit weather. I'm a true Midwestern child. Well, we use Celsius and shit, so I don't know. Yes, you are. And yes, just take care of yourself. Don't go getting lost. And yeah, you can be gone. I hope you're enjoying the Sicko Wars, right? I'm trying to make it humorous and funny and not depressing. Let me check in with chat really quick. That's the point. The sickos don't pay. Phil, you're an asshole. I know, dude. Fabio, watch it illegally. C-Money, that's a crazy stat. I don't know. Okay, we're checked in with chat there. I want to keep going, right? We got a lot to get to. So moving along here. And we had 10 people dip out during the quick plugs. Come on, at least I'm not selling you. I'm not even going to say, oh, come on now, chat. That's not very fair. At least I'm not telling you to go to my website so you can save money on a bunch of stuff like trinkets and towels, monogram towels. Okay. So, yeah, I don't know. Thurston and fucking Pollock are just always being funny. So here's more fadeaway and Elbow going at it, man. And Elbow's like, creative. Clearly, you're very passionate about this, and you're not trying to win a Twitter battle. I'd love it if you pointed me towards your post, similarly calling out Conan and Steve Carrier. Why? Why do people have to call out Steve Carrier? He's a mentally insane fucking drunk dude who just spirals out of control. I believe, right? That's the ringside news guy. So just don't even, no one needs to comment on it. It speaks for itself. Calling out Conan, I mean, I don't know. I don't know exactly what they're talking about, but all I'm saying, dude, Conan, he fucking talks to folk. And I mean, if he's right, I mean, who knows? Who fucking knows? He never claimed to be a sheet either. He's just talking shit about what he's hearing. It's just a game of telephone. That's what it all is. Fadeaway goes, you harassed Britt Baker for some internet clout in your Discord. You not hard. You're 30 plus. You're too old for this. I'm trying to help you. Is Ibu 30 plus? I didn't know that. Samesies. Elbu goes, both of these claims are inaccurate, but I appreciate the overtures for help. I'll be okay. I do have to get back to work, though. But if me making fun of your posting style hurt your feelings, I apologize. I have no interest in a Twitter duel with you. Then why'd you start shit? See, this is what I mean. Oh, I don't want to have this duel with you. Then why did you talk shit about him? If it hurt you, then like, I'm sorry, dog, but I don't even want to talk. It's all good, man, right? It's like, no, it ain't all good. So here's Baby Baydala here, who is one of our fools, of course, all of our fools here. So just here's his take, just always inserting himself. God damn. So he goes, also, for those asking about AEW pay-per-view distribution at a discounted cost on Max with WBD, remember to Baydala? I made like a clip right? That he was in because I talked about him and he made the list and shit. And he fucking, he's like, awesome. He followed me and he's like, awesome. I got Pro Wrestle Times or whatever. And then someone was like, LOL, I don't know if that's a good thing. And then he's like, whatever, man. At least they're talking about me. And then it was the segment where it's like he made the list. And then I looked and then I checked and then he unfollowed me. So pretty funny shit. He must have saw that and was like, oh, fuck this guy. But anyways, the list isn't serious, guys. I mean, it's not really written down or anything anywhere, right? It's just jokes. But he goes, yes, the press release stated that exactly, and it also said it would begin later in 2025. I have reached out for a comment, potential date on the distribution, and have been told to stay tuned. And then I quote tweeted this. I was like, stay tuned is business talk for leave me alone. And he goes, my educated guess would be All In Texas, considering the potential implications of WBD Max, whatever. So he's just sitting here saying, like, my educated guess would be this thing, even though he doesn't know shit. And then he was told to stay tuned when he reached out and asked, which means, like, go away, leave me alone. And then, yeah, he's trying to, like, own and then self-insert himself and be like, self-insert himself, selflessly. And he's like, I asked about it and was told stay tuned, and so my guess is this. And it's like, so if it's wrong, then you look stupid. Why even fucking do that after saying you asked? If you didn't say you asked and you just gave a guess, it'd be whatever. But it's the fact you're trying to pitch it like, well, I'm talking to these guys, because he did that before. All my interactions with Tony Khan's are like, this is great. And yeah, that's how he made the list, was fucking inserting himself and then looking like an idiot after, or like stooging himself, whatever. Go back and watch past Sicko segments, you'll know. So Jordan Patu responds to the Tony Fumble chants saying, American wrestling crowds in a nutshell. Let's show how much we love this artist by actively refusing to earnestly engage with the art they're producing. Bunch of irony-pilled, tribalism-obsessed dorks. The irony is so sweet. Yeah, this Patu guy, Projection Patu, he just like projects weird shit and then he won't ever respond to anyone. So just don't give him the clout. It's like one of those drain damager dudes, you know? So his job is just like shill AEW, which is fine. Like if you don't get a kick out of Tony Fumbled, then like you're an idiot, because if he showed up in any company, that would be the chant. Like Ricky Starks is a fumble, period. So it's not irony-pilled, tribalism-obsessed dorks. You have wrestlers cutting promos. You have wrestlers in AEW wrestling cosplay Triple H's on the indies because they're still mad at Triple H about some shit from a year or two ago or whatever. You know what I mean? So no, don't project that. American wrestling fans, it's like, no, right? It's not American. Right? What about, I'm Canadian, right? What about me then? Well, you're in the Americas. Okay, now who's the dork, right? It's just like, shut up. This was so fucking cringe, bro. First off, because like, where are my short kings at in the chat, huh? Like, I'm pretty sure JD and Stephanie Vaquer are the same height. Just throwing that out there, right? No, but Vaquer's like the morning coffee. Welcome March, the month where the fire was made. And everyone's like, oh, picture. You know, everyone loves Steph. And then JD comes in and goes, I can make her a killer cup of coffee. Just saying. Oh, Stephanie, I fucked her. Oh, you know, it's like, bro, cringe. We all drink coffee, bro. No, sorry, but that cringed me out, bro. I gotta be honest. Yeah, so here's stay tuned means don't talk to me in the business world. Yeah, I thought that was funny. So Wrestle Guru is, and this sucks because you know who's awesome? MMA Guru. He's amazing. And then the Wrestle Guru, the guy who jacked that name for the wrestling space, is an utter putz. And Wrestle Guru's like, how many stars of WWE fumbled over the past 10 years? And these N-words want to chant, Tony Khan fumbled for a miniature rock. A miniature rock. If Ricky Starks was AEW world champion, he'd never call him a miniature rock. Right? And again, this is how you know their reaction isn't genuine. Like, if they chanted Tony fumbled at every wrestler from AEW that came over, then he would have a point. Like, yeah, they're just chanting it to try and like troll, but it's not that. They don't chant that at Ethan Page. They don't. I pointed this out ad nauseum. They don't chant that to Penta. They don't chant that to fucking Lexus King. They chant that to Ricky Saints because, yo, I go back to this every time when he did that mall show. I pointed it out. Tony saw the clip and saw the reaction, and that's what made him go, oh, fuck. Ricky can't go there because they're literally chanting. Like, he's so over, and they were mad. That crowd was mad at Tony Khan. There was people chanting, fuck Tony Khan at hog wrestling shows on behalf of Starks. It has nothing to do with, oh, it's just tribalism, sicko. No, it's because he fucking fumbled. If Triple H had Ricky Starks, now he does. If he had him and then fumbled him the way Tony did and froze him and didn't use him and all that shit, and he went to AEW, it would be justified. Hunter Hearst Helmsley fumbled. Hunter fumbled. Tony would be in the crowd chanting that himself, right? And it would be justified because Ricky Saints is that fucking dude. Okay? So it's just Cope. Speaking of Cope and Ricky Saints hate, this guy's like, fuck this guy. It was zero surprise to him that he signed with WWE. Yeah. Yeah, it fucking... Listen, yes, it was. Okay, Tony had him frozen. Defy booked him to beat Kenta because Kenta was leaving to Noah. Ricky got the Defy belt because Tony okayed him to work there. Then Tony fucking released him out of nowhere. Right? Just said, okay, fuck it. We're not freezing him. Boom. He just took the chance. He wasn't going to let another day pass and let his career dry up and lose the opportunity to go to WWE. So he fucking signed with them and then vacated the belt. That had nothing to do with, like, he knew he's going to WWE. No, he fucking didn't, or he wouldn't have won this Defy belt. I guarantee you. Defy wouldn't have, they would have booked him, but they wouldn't have had him win the belt from Kenta, who's also leaving the Fed. Is it fuck Kenta too? Because he went to Noah, you little bitch. Anyway, sorry, I'm going off now. And yet he still went in and won the title. Yeah, they asked him to do that because Kenta was leaving to Noah. God damn, I hate how these marks are the ones too who will be like, American wrestling. I guarantee this guy's one of these fucking Japanese wrestling, bro. And he doesn't know Kenta went to Noah, bro, or wherever the fuck he went back to, Japan. Jesus Christ. Now he can't even put someone over on the way out. I used to think put someone over and Defy. No, he signed to WWE, bro. I'm sorry. He's going to jump at the opportunity. Okay. I used to think my dislike was overblown, but I'm being proven right every single step of the way. I guarantee you find tweets of that guy loving Ricky Starks. So speaking of Ricky, here's another Ricky, King Ricochet, who just goes at JD whenever he has a chance. JD. So here, I need some Red Bull. Another one of my famous characters impressions here. JD from NY goes, legit asking, is anybody excited about anything AEW? Is anyone excited about anything AEW this week? This might be the most apathetic I have seen everyone towards the product heading into a pay-per-view. Oh, that looks great match-wise, BTW. And this Dynamite tonight is doing very little to inspire anyone. Noah Gilbert's like, Revolution is one of the most stacked cards in AEW history, featuring some of AEW's best feuds they've ever had. And this loudmouth idiot is complaining about apathy. It's just shit talk when you're like, it's the most stacked in history, the best feuds. No, because you always blow shit out of proportion. All the sickos do. Tony Khan does it. Dave does it. It's always blown out of proportion. And again, it's subjective. I'm sorry. People are trying to go at the Yuta thing too. Oh, the seeds have been planted. It's brilliant. It's actually really good. No, dude. No, none of that. It's just shit happening. Yuta got beat up. He's always been the whipping boy. Where's the motive? He's attempted 12 murders in Minecraft with Moxley already. What about the most recent ones is making Yuta go, I've had enough of this? There's none of that. Oh, well, you'll explain it after. Not good enough. You know what I mean? It's just shit happening. So besides like Ricochet, Swerve, they're kind of cooking. But again, other than Nana's like the baby face. But again, there's just little shit that doesn't make sense. Like, oh, I need my robe back. And exactly, they're like, well, Ricochet takes that shit off somewhere backstage. Just steal it. You know, he has to take it off for the match. Just steal it then. Like, it's things like that, man. And yes, there's little, like, no one gives a fuck. Even the dirt sheets aren't hyping up Revolution, if you've noticed. There's not even fake AEW news. Oh, the fake AEW news always comes out whenever they're doing something. No, there's none of that even. No one gives a fuck. The dirt sheets are still. Sean Ross Sapp, we're going to get into it, took like a little mental health break or something. And then he pops back in. I don't actually know the chronology. We'll find out together. But he just pops on Twitter to be like, oh, hey, this is true. Just checking in. This is true, by the way. Like he's still talking about the Rock stuff and everything. That's what I mean. The focus is all on like the Rock and all this shit. Still, like no one's hyped for this pay-per-view. No one, there's really no, and like the card stacked again. How though? The card stack based on, okay, Edge versus Moxley's a great match if it's booked properly. And the story's there. The story's been shit. It's been complete ass. We don't care about the characters. People just shout for Edge because he's just a legend, dude. There's a whole generation who are adults now where that was their favorite wrestler. Or he broke their hearts, or he redeemed himself for them, or whatever in the WWE. So he's just one of those guys, like, you're not going to get, unless he Jericho's himself, which he won't do. He's just doing his job, right? And making the best of it and having fun best he can. Unless he Jericho's himself, like there's no one's gonna, the crowds are gonna love him, and he'll have a great match psychology wise and shit, sure. And I pray to fucking God they put the title on him. And again, where's the belt? Where's the fucking belt, dude? We saw a lady jumping out of a trash can with it. Okay. But this pay-per-view, really, dude. I just don't like Fletcher and Ospreay's got some heat to it for sure. But we know what that match is going to be already. We already know what it's going to be. Fucking Fletcher's going to kick out of all of Ospreay's shit, and Ospreay's going to kick out of all of his shit and barely sell. And it's just the same old shit every time, bro. So if you isolate the matches and you just look at them like no story, and the athleticism's great, certainly. But there's nothing to really sink our teeth into. Oh, the Hollywood ending. Well, we kind of had that already with Tony and fucking Big Boom AJ. Little promotion, the hype surrounding that's done. He got fucking memed. He showed up on his little stream with a WWE belt. He got memed. It's over. Ricochet, though, pipes in and goes, JD is a dumbass. Or however he does that thing. And Ricochet Swerve will be, again, that's like a great match, but that's fucking, and the story's like there enough for me. But that's like, they're going to do the same shit as Fletcher Ospreay. It's just going to be them hitting all their shit and kicking out of all of each other's shit just with blood. Ospreay and Fletcher like might not have blood, but it's AEW, so it might. So that's my little preview of Revolution, I guess, during these Sicko Wars. But Ricochet, any chance he gets, he's like, JD's dumb. So then JD responds and goes, hey, Rico, no need to subtweet, bruh. You clearly know my at. You literally go from one locker room to another, and everything we liked about you went out the fucking window because the leadership is straight garbage over there. I'm over here. You were over there. Now you're over here now. Oh, and behavior like this is normalized over there. So, like, first you were over here, just like me. I was over there, but then I came over here where you was over here, but now you're over there now. Oh, right. J Dice Clay, right? So I don't know. Ricochet's healing, bro, and he knows, like, when JD responds, he gets like more attention and heat, and it's sort of like working his way into promotion. But he really doesn't like JD. Like, these wrestlers really don't like that motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of them really don't like that guy, bro, and that's obvious publicly, you know. So here we go, man. We got lots. We're trudging through it. I told you guys, it's a crazy Friday afternoon, evening, depending where you are in the world. So FTR want to just like these dudes are about to make the list. They may have made the list, or we could just induct them into the list.
You just made the list,
right? And I'm checking with chat in a second. They go, I had the most unusual and awkward experience on a podcast this morning. I was invited to share my passion for AEW and provide my thoughts on the company's current trajectory. Having had prior interactions with 3 of the podcast's creators, I felt at ease sharing my opinions. However, 30 minutes into the discussion, Rick commented that my passion was overly enthusiastic, which struck me as an odd remark. Maybe that is odd. I'd have to hear it, actually. I'd love if someone has a clip of this. I didn't even know that these Follow the Revolution guys did pods or whatever. So I'll have this fucking guy in my pod. That'd be hilarious. But I'd sniff it out. If it's phony, I'll fucking call it out. But I'd have to actually see a clip. So another participant noted that my views sounded like those of a habitual critic of other wrestling companies. So, yeah, well, if you're just regurgitating, parroting other people's shit and you don't got those hot takes, bro, people snooze on that and they go, nah, you don't. And it's not even about having hot takes, but at least try and think for yourself, like be consistent in what you stand for. If it's just parroting someone else to a T, maybe parallel thinking and you guys have you're like-minded to a point, but sometimes you can be like-minded with people to a fault. Like, that's how fucking cults can get formed and shit too, to some degree, right? Like, you have somebody who you're like-minded and then they convince you. Yeah, I mean, there's numerous. So I was going to give you like an MMA example, but that'll get into a whole other thing. Let's just focus on this. It seems that my appreciation for AEW is deemed bothersome. I mean, yeah, that could be shitty. If they ask you to come on and give your take and then they just start shitting all over you, that's shitty. The experience was a waste of time and embarrassing. This is the most pathetic interaction I've ever been a part of, being a content creator for 5 long years. I'd have to hear it. I'd love to know. Someone sleuth, figure out what this was. I want to listen and discern now, because that's awesome. I would love to know, like, were they just shitty to him, or did he go in and completely just stink out the joint with bullshit and they were like, no, dude. That'd be awesome. Neckbeards again. He's in this fucking a real wacko, this Neckbeards. A real sicko. Yeah. He goes $14.99, please. So, as per Backstage Pass, Dr. Chris Featherstone, former WWE champion Drew McIntyre, is penciled in to win the Chamber match this Saturday. The men's Elimination Chamber match will feature John Cena, CM Punk, Logan Paul, Rollins, and Damian Priest, aside from the Scotsman. So, Featherstone, he kind of took a bit of a hiatus too. Yeah, he's had a lot of misses. We've covered his hits here on the show, and we've covered his many misses since. Chris, if you're listening, brother, I hope you don't, because he kind of went, like, I got him scheduled in PWT, right? And I was gonna ask him. I was gonna talk to him about the culture of like the dirt sheet and everything. Yeah, brother, if you're listening, like, still come do the show. You know what I mean? I hope you're not like just gone entirely from socials or what's up. I don't know if he privated his account or what, but yeah. What's up with that? You know, it ain't a gotcha, but it's a fucking public miss. You know, we can just talk about it and it'll just be card subject to change, but we can talk about like the culture. Like, you understand why people get upset with this stuff? You know, I'd love to ask one of these guys this shit, you know? But so Carmella, we covered it on the last live show. Husey went completely off on Carmella. And so basically what happened was these clips from a podcast came out. She spoke her truth. Whoever the podcast person was, I guess, clipped it all up, like her real spicy takes, and sort of made it look like she was trashing WWE a bit. And then people ran with it. She even retweeted it or posted it herself. I'm not even sure. And then she sort of walked it back. Carmella was like, well, I didn't say this, or I didn't mean that, or whatever. And then Jobber, and I'm checking it with chat, I promise. Jobber goes, sorry, Carmella, I'm a huge fan, but you lose all credibility when you say things like this. WWE's shown that having a baby doesn't derail a career at all. Look at Becky Alexa. The truth is WWE had passed you by with all the new young talent. You became expendable. Now, Jobber's going hard in the paint, but I mean, yes. Like she did she was never like the top best in, female wrestler in the world. She definitely has won women's championship. She's over for a while there, like really over. You could put her in any role and she'd run with the ball. And she is saying like, damn, I wish I had a different opportunity that these other people, like why couldn't I do commentary or backstage or whatever. And they just didn't see that in you, and that's fine. Husey said there is a lot of heat on fucking Corey Graves backstage, or there was for a minute there. If you guys noticed too, at Chamber, like he wasn't there with McAfee and Cole, right? Which usually that's what I call the holy trinity of commentary, is like Graves, McAfee, Cole. But they had Barrett there. But he's just going about it, a scorn WWE, a wacko, right? Jobber's a real wacko. You don't even know when he's being serious or not. But Mella goes, the truth is every woman recovers differently from having a child. That's facts. And once you actually hear the truth about what I say and not assume things based off a 45-second chopped up clip on social media, you might actually understand what I mean. Right. So she kind of walked it back. I don't know. And then he's like, where can I watch the full interview? And that's the thing. The full interview didn't even come back, but she had shared the clips or whatever. She posted the clips, or the podcast posted the clips as like a snippet. Ooh, come, here's all the tea. And then she walked it back all before the pod even came out. So that kind of buries the pod. Maybe it gave it publicity. Maybe they did good numbers, but ultimately though, she wanted another opportunity. I was being optimistic, Phil, about it. And I was like, look, dude, maybe she just is enjoying being a mother. And she did have like a pregnancy injury. Again, that's woman stuff. That's not for me to, I don't know, but I don't know what or where. How does that? But it's a complicated thing. So maybe they just didn't. And she is, I think, up there in age, like as far as like, 40 plus at wrestlers. When you get around there, 38 to like 45 is like that window of, that's when it's time to really start considering. And I get it. Some of these wrestlers are fucking 50 now and still doing it, and times have changed. But I don't know. The fact remains, like with all this young talent in wrestling, it doesn't take times change where people's careers are longer now. Yeah. Times have also changed where there's a huge influx, a tidal wave of a tsunami of like young talent in wrestling now that are being developed at an insanely rapid pace by WWE, right? And I just watched Evolve, like Jesus Christ, right? They have LFG for the NIL guys. You got Evolve for the guys who can already kind of work and need to just learn how to like slow down and sell a little bit better and shit. I mean, just insane the amount of talent that are pouring into WWE. So, and with that includes referees and commentators and fucking announcers and all that stuff, Carmella. So I think it's, it just comes across bad to WWE fans. But I don't think people should be up in arms, like when people just say what happened to them either. And if they are bitter, like Corbin was a bit bitter, no one's jumping on his ass. But this guy here, Alfredo Diaz, says, crazy how many wrestlers don't give a shit about Cagematch. They will write full paragraphs, talk shit to fans, say it doesn't matter how good they are in the ring, and even say fans' opinions don't matter. And then Oscar goes, I just learned about the existence of a review site called Cagematch from this tweet. I've never actively searched for wrestling information online, aside from occasionally seeing it pop up on my Twitter timeline. To be honest, I'm not interested in anything that I don't experience in real life. I've never thought about changing my wrestling style based on fan opinions. The only thing that matters to me is whether my creativity works or not. Now, How do we determine and discern if creativity works or not, chat? Are the numbers up? How do you quantify is your creativity working? The crowd reaction, the sellout shows, people buying tickets, where's your shit plan, right? Like I'm so sorry. That's how you do that. So that's what she means by that. So that's why I never bother checking how my matches are rated by the public. That sounds like a massive hassle. I've never even thought about doing that before. What I do think about after a match, though, is what delicious food I'm going to eat tomorrow. Yeah, no doubt. No fucking doubt. And yeah, that dude's just like weird. Will fucking block you, comment shit under your shit. Just losing his mind over the Fed. Okay, I'm checking in with chat. I told you guys, I'm so sorry. Juan Tenta, with one of the goatedest names ever, says, fills the wrestling YouTube version of the Summer Jam screen. Is that what it is? Yeah, dude. I don't know. People do this in like all other fucking YouTube areas. They talk about what people are talking about on X and give their reactions to it. It's like YouTube people get triggered by it. I don't know why. I'm just doing that over here. Jay Long has been a member for 1 month. Thank you so much for 1 month of membership. This stream is legit. How I found out there was even an AEW pay-per-view this weekend. They were pathetic and their fans keep me away. There you go. Yeah, I mean, they as well. It's like all of them. I don't know. There's some people that I'll defend and shit, you know, especially the legends over there, like the Lashleys and shit. Like, he's 50. Go get your $2 million from Tony. Fuck, you know, you got kids, bro. Go do that or whatever, right? I never blame that. But yeah, dude, that's what I mean. There's no hype around this revolution at all. That's a real fact that JD's saying, okay? And I know a lot of people are like, JD's just jumping sides and shit. Listen, at least he's like bringing a voice to some of the criticisms, you know. Thank you for your membership, though. I really appreciate that. Adam D's been a member for 1 month as well with this fucking kick-ass Venom thing. Phil Marks out. Go subscribe there. You'll love that channel. Vulcan 280 for 5 says, what did CM Punk say to the proctologist? Look in my butt. What do you see? Dude. That look in my butt, what do you see? A little poop and maybe some pee. No, that's terrible. Yeah, dude, I don't know. That's awesome, I guess. Thank you, Vulcan 280. That's gross at the same time. Sorry for singing that, guys. David K became a new member. Thank you so much. Welcome. 99 cents if you support what I do. You can just become a member. Oh, and also member streams make their triumphant return, just like the run-in made its triumphant return. Member streams as well, at least once a week. Look out for that. Those will just be Q&A/EFAPI. Like, there'll just be something I want to talk about or whatever, and it'll be like you'll get announcements first on those, and then Q&A. You guys just chat. Will ask me whatever the fuck. Members get to ask me whatever they want, and I'll react to whatever they want me to or whatever, you know? Okay, moving along here. So, Awful Wrestling screen grab Sapp, who says, originally, Cody Rock segment was listed before Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens at Elimination Chamber. This dude is claiming that. There's no fucking way. All these sheets got worked, okay? Meltzer and all them got worked like fucking idiots. This is all planned so far in advance, okay? And they just won't admit it. Speaking of Sicko segment here, fuck it. We're going. How long has the stream been? God damn, only an hour. So I thought it's been like 2. We're trudging through the shits. This is a little break. Let's cleanse our palates a bit. And some sicko made like WWE Squid Games. This is like brilliantly psychotic. Let's take a look at this. I'm not sure who even made this. I think their TikTok's there. I don't know if this is the full thing. It was going viral on YouTube, but let's just watch this excerpt from it.
Yeah! Yeah!
Oh, Jesus.
Every thought out of control. Do it all to get them on the feet.
Is this AI? I wonder. What did y'all think of Squid Game? Season 1 was banging. Season 2's it's a true part 2, but there is a couple things that where I'm like, God damn, this is a little loosey goosey. And then season 3, well, go subscribe to Phil Marks Out channel. How about that? And you guys will hear what I think all about Squid Games.
Crowd is here, about to blow. Wait for me to start the show. Out the curtain, lights go up from home. Whoa!
He can't help himself. He woe-ohs and gets destroyed. Damn, I like how they're setting up like the tension between. This is like a great build for WrestleMania.
Somebody separate these two!
Talk about hatred between Seth Rollins and Ray.
Yeah, that's awesome. More of that. More freaky deaky videos like that. So here's a guy who Topla, who creates like wrestling gear for wrestlers, right? Now he doesn't make the gear, he designs it. Okay, he designs it for lots of wrestlers, for big shows too, like designed Will Ospreay's gear at All In or whatever, things like that. So this guy goes, dear all, and he speaks broken English, or she maybe even. Fuck, I'm so sorry. I didn't like research this extensively. I just saw like support from some wrestlers, and I just saw this and was like, damn, that's what PWT's for. We bring stuff like this that people aren't really talking about. So this person goes, dear all my followers and costumers, I can design the wrestling gear and costume. I never say that I can make the costume. Please ask me the detail first, and don't assume by yourself that I can make the gear. You blame me like it's my fault is really bad. And so this wrestler, and good for them for not like showing the name of who this is, but, and then I looked at the page as well. I looked at their page and it's like, it says the pricing somewhere. I saw the pricing in like their pinned tweet where it says $50 for whatever, 75 for whatever. And my response to this was like, surely this wrestler did not think they were getting this fly ass gear for like under $100 or whatever. There's no fucking way. So this is totally the wrestler's bad, whoever this is, but they're like, you've got to be kidding me. You're unbelievable, man. Unfucking real. Because they were informed like, no, dude, I designed your merch or your gear. I didn't fucking make the gear. You take my design and then you bring it to like someone who actually makes gear. And so I hope I'm explaining this correctly. Sorry. And so Topla goes, what, am I wrong? You are not asking me first and assume everything by yourself. And then this guy goes, dude, all I saw was I made Will Ospreay's gear and ran with it. Didn't know all you did was fucking draw it. And then he goes, oh yeah, so here's the original message. Hello, let me inform you that I cannot do only design part, or that I can do only design part. I cannot make it. Right? So he goes, what? But you made Will Ospreay's gear. I designed, but I didn't make it. What do you mean? So how am I supposed to get the gear? So this dude like thought he was getting gear. He probably had a show coming up, but it's like, bro, you had to know like the prices. Like it took me 1 second. I just looked on the page and it's like $75 for a full gear design or whatever. And it's like, how did you not know? Anyways, that was a cute little one I thought I'd bring. I got tagged in this by Brett C at Soviet Colonel, who says, tags me and says, Sicko was. So Wrestle Cringe and AI are gold, right? Wrestle Cringe going down in a blaze of, I wouldn't be shocked if AI or gold got him banished. I'm not kidding. These sickos fucking eat each other up, bro. They're psychos, man. You notice how AR Gold just flipped, right? He just flipped right away, and now it's like, oh, let me just be shit on AEW now and you notice too, until I called it out, his banner Like, I don't follow the fucking guy, but people, you see someone quote tweet him or react to it. I got him muted. So I'll go look at his shit and just see what the goober's talking about. It's funny sometimes. But the dude, his banner was a WWE title with his logo in it for a bit too. And then I was like, do you guys notice that? What a scumbag. And then he fucking changed it right away. So I know you're listening, bud. But anyways, Wrestle Cringe goes, I haven't seen. Okay, well, sorry. Let's start with what AIR Gold says. Sorry, Twitter's always Inception, right? You got to read it last to fucking first. But AIR goes, Twitter is full of butthurt AEW fans right now because WWE just gave us one of the greatest moments in wrestling history, which is true, right? But if this was 6 months ago, AIR Gold would be butthurt about it. If it's good, it's good. And John Cena turning heel was absolutely fucking incredible. And then Wrestle Cringe is like, I haven't seen any butthurt AEW fans. Everybody I've seen is in universal agreement. This was a pretty cool angle. I do see a total fucking dork grifter begging for attention, though. Sicko Wars, dude. I love it that they turn on each other. That's the only outcome. When these people who are just so interested in like when they are doing this shit, bro, I'm telling you, all that will happen was inevitably they'll turn on each other ultimately, because they're all just being disingenuous, trying to like call out people for being, they're just projecting, right? So eventually that shit's gonna come, it's gonna reflect. I don't know. I'm trying to make a fucking, I'm a poet and didn't know it. Oh no, I'm just getting to the point that like it's like these cancel pigs. They eventually start canceling each other. It's like these guys. You eventually just start eating each other up because you are grifting. That's what you're doing. So no matter what, you're gonna just flip on whatever's gonna get your shit the most outrage. And yeah, we already know. AR Gold's DMing people like, hey, we should all like each other's posts and make money together. It's like, dude, that is fucking weird. That's literal bot mentality. That's what shilling and shit is, It's like pretty crazy. But yeah, it's because then you're all incentivized to agree with each other or put out the same fucking thing. Like you're creating a hive mind. It's insane, bro. And he's just doing it for money. We know that. But at the end of the day, so Jack Cassidy just goes hard in the paint on JD. Now, yeah, I mean, everyone gets this. It sucks. But it is crazy that, I don't know, some people feel this way about JD. They're like, dude, he just flipped it. He's not real and all this shit. I don't know, man. I always say that some people just take longer to wake up. That's all it is, man. Like some people just caught on earlier than others about really what the fuck was, because it comes undeniable when the ratings are like 600K every time. When it was still like around 800K, you go, well, it could pop 1 million, right? You could argue it. Okay, maybe with the max deal, maybe 1 million, But when it's like they're throwing up 610s and shit, they're doing their lowest rated dynamites. We'll talk about that on tomorrow's live show. By the way, yeah, I'm not going live for Revolution Sunday. I'm just going to do my regular, you guys voted, regular PWT live show Saturday, tomorrow night. Yeah, so hope you guys enjoy that. And then Sunday, I'll just do a review show for Revolution, and I'll drop a pod, okay, with someone really cool. I'll get a really cool guest. But anyways, so JD from NY goes, hey, guys, did you know it's a mental illness? Nobody will convince me otherwise. And so Jack Cassidy says, WWE Triple H dick sucker. Tony Storm killed John Cena heel turn hype. How? What the fuck are you? Don't bring the timeless one into this, you asshole. Why is everyone bringing Tony into their bitch fits? Leave her the fuck out of this, okay? She didn't do nothing to you guys but try her ass off and give you at least something to watch on fucking AEW programming, okay? If you're a fucking sicko. Something you can convince people is actually good, She's giving you at least something. Don't fucking bring her into this now. Tony Storm greater than Mania John Cena heel turn. Yeah, I don't know, man. People are just fucking going insane lately. Do you guys notice it? It's really... if it's TNA and then WWE or if you go at Meltzer, people are just fucking blah, like they're going insane right now. The pushback is gnarly. Oscar says, I've never heard of IWC before. Usually when people say IWC, they mean International Watch Company, right? Their watches are really cool. Fucking pop me. So here is Sean Ross Sapp saying, if anyone wants to apologize for being rude when I said there was no plan after him coming out and throwing up a bunch of fingers after Bad Blood, I forgive very easily.
You fucked up! You fucked up! You fucked up!
Yeah. Boom. He deleted that tweet too, I think. Pat McAfee recently revealed on his IG story that someone has been targeting him and sending sick threats to him and his 1-year-old daughter following the Elimination Chamber controversy. Bro, chat right now, good energies and prayers up to Pat McAfee and his family, or whatever you call it, whatever you do. Send that fucking good vibrations over to Pat and his family right now. Fuck, you guys. This is too much. Okay. And if this guy, so listen to what this guy says. I read this before. So Pat goes, good morning, beautiful people. Standard Wednesday over here. Just some random wish of death upon me and my daughter in Minecraft. Hope you all have a great day. And B.A. Charles goes, you're fucking pathetic, punter, dickless, anytime, anywhere, pussy. Sack up for once. Name it, I'll be there, bitch. And then posts a picture of McAfee and his daughter that McAfee posted, rather, like replies to it in the story and goes, I hope, oh my God, chat, I can't even repeat this. He goes, I hope that little brat effing perishes, dude. See, this is where it's like, this is why I make fun of these sickos, man. They need to be exposed for shit like this, bro. This is crazy. And then the FAGG word, right? The what's the Pokemon Pidgeot, but like there's no way to work around that one on YouTube, right? If you want to shit on free speech, you better be ready to DIE, you pathetic. Here's the thing, man. If that guy's Canadian, that's crazy as well, and incredibly ironic, but that's too far to take it for someone having an opinion too, dude. Do you know what I mean? Like, why are you so triggered at his opinion then if you think everyone should have their own opinion? That's where people just get too emotional, and you can tell where emotions override, and that's what happens to people these days, because everywhere we look, we're being stimulated, and like people are trying to like make us sad with a reel or make us like shocked or da-da-da. It's all just, it's like engagement, even if it's super happy stuff, right? It's just to get you to engage. It evokes emotion. Look at my shit. It's in all caps, and it's like, Sicko Wars, they're being attacked. Fucking click now. The world's end. Even I and don't hate the player. Hate the game, baby. Hate the game, right? I'm on YouTube competing with everybody else. Don't hate me for it, right? Everybody else doing it. But same with this, right? An alert. Pat McAfee, da-da-da. Like, even the emojis, they're designed. We see logos and shit. It triggers something in our brain. All of that stuff. So, ultimately, we got to remember, don't get too emotional and let that override your sensibilities, is the point I'm getting, like this fellow did here, right? Because I'm sure he's going to wish he'd take that shit back. And I'm sure McAfee's got some pretty solid lawyers if that dude's really trying to take shit there. For whatever, I don't know. In America, y'all just be suing each other for everything, so I don't know. The Vince Russo goes, bro, listen, I might stop watching Raw, and I know you've already forgot about, let me tell you something. For those asking, the plan is to continue podcasting, but to eliminate watching any and all wrestling, bro. Yeah, I mean, no one thought you even did watch it, Vince. So this is news to us. I think that should have been in my breaking news segment, actually. So Neckbeards again, responding to VFG movie reviews. So let's go back in Inception here. So Neckbeards post the ratings. This is like what, a week ago, 2 weeks ago. AEW Dynamite 598, NXT 799, AEW's bleeding viewers. And then VFG Movie Reviews says this metric doesn't mean anything. And then he responds with, but NXT still getting kicked in the dick on a regular basis by Dynamite in 22. And then Neckbeards responds and goes, ratings used to mean something to you before. What changed? So there you go. He fucking found where, AEW's winning. And so good for me, not for thee. And that's the mentality that makes people hyper focus on the ratings, because that's what AEW fans did when they were whooping NXT's ass. I know, because I was there and a part of it. Didn't have PWT at the time. But, in 22, yeah, I believe or 21, whichever fucking year it was. Either way, it's a year separation. But I can't remember when I started the PWT Twitter, and then it sat dormant for like a year. So I remember thinking of the name very first, whatever. I'm not going to give you the whole history, but when I started like interacting in the IWC was like, if you go back to early PWTs, like I was sort of like on the line of, I was like, when we started this pod, I was so excited about AEW, but fuck, man, it's really, they need to watch out for this and that. That's how like the show started, So, but I remember like going into, we're starting the show. It was like, I love AEW so much, and WWE's cooking again finally for the last few years. Like, I need to get into this, So, and just having long conversations and DMs and then going like, well, why don't I record these shits? Like, that's how it all started. But yeah, anyways, though, to fast forward to now, exactly. The ratings are hyper focused on because Meltzer did, Tony Khan did, and I know because I was a fucking sicko in the midst of it, dude. Still a sicko. I'm watching every fucking Dynamite, dude. I'm going to buy fucking Revolution, even though I'm not doing a stream, and I'm going to fucking watch it and make my wife sit through it. It's going to be terrible. So Sapp deleted this. We covered that, where he's like, if you want to apologize now. No, hopefully the pay-per-view's good. I'm not sure, but there's a lot of matches. I put out a tweet that was like, what 4 to 5 matches would you take off the PLE or the pay-per-view and why? So anyways, though, Alvarez posts NXT 654, and then Drain Bamager. This is back in 2021, going 0.15 in the demo, whatever. Yikes, this is horrible for a go-home show. NXT is truly dead. Well, in AEW news, Dynamite did a 0.13 in the demo, bruv. And they did their lowest demo of all time because more are switching to WWE, I think, right now. And now the people watching AEW still, I think it's going to do, because they're always playing catch up. It's going to do what WWE did. So for a long time, it was like the young folks were watching WWE, and then it skewed like really old. And now it's turning back to like moms and kids. Okay. Dave's so hung up on these demos that Netflix and shit are looking at other demos. Moms and kids and shit are watching wrestling again. Okay. Like WWE. So with AEW, it's going to start skewing to the older folk watch it, like Meltzer and shit. The people who are like turning 40 and like in their mid 30s and shit, who were, and maybe even older than that, 45, 50, who were like marking out for that internet era of the Young Bucks and Omega and all that. That's going to skew older now. You're going to see that. And because just WWE's popping right now. But anyways, it just is, But yeah, NXT is truly dead. This guy said about a 0.15 in the demo. Bamager, where's that same energy for their lowest key demo, 0.13? So Dynamite's dead. According to Drain Bamager, no one let him forget that. Dynamite's officially dead. Fucking Undertaker gong in the grave. Okay. Okay, so All Elite Doug tweets out, when WWE is in the mud, you call the final boss. When was it in the mud the last? I don't know when it's been in the mud. Everybody thinks ebbs and flows are in the mud. So it's like a roller coaster, right? So what do? You go real low, and then they bring you up, and then they sit you there for a second. Then you stagnate, and you're like, this isn't even right. When you get used to sitting up in the sky, you're like, actually, this isn't so bad. They fucking drop you on oh shit, it's a loop-de-loop. That's what they've been doing the last 2 Manias, at least since Vince has been gone. It's called ebbs and flows. It's just like basic. We can't just make you the whole time like Meltzer likes to do watching AEW, right? The whole fucking time. Oh, look at this. That's what people criticize when they go, it's just flips and shit. That's what they mean. It's just Ospreay every fucking match. None of them are memorable because it's the same shit. He just lets everyone. This is what his match with Fletcher is going to be. Fletcher's going to kick out of all of his shit. And you're going to be like, holy shit, bruv. He's crazy. It's awesome. And they'll argue, well, that's getting him over, bruv. But no, dude. It buries Ospreay because he's been doing that since before he came to AEW. He has these big matches with Mike Bailey and shit. Every match, people kick out of all of his shit. And then he kicks out all their shit and he barely sells. And then he wins the fucking match after he hits like 4 finishers. So it makes all of his moves that look so cool and devastating, they mean nothing. And then a pile driver means nothing when you get pile driven off a fucking apron and then off the buckle and then you still kick out. And then hidden blade, kick out, hidden blade, backflip, reversal, super kick, one winged angel, kick out. It's like, okay, what the fuck? That's what's going to happen. Fletcher and Ospreay are going to do everything to each other. That's why there's no hype around this pay-per-view. 9,000 people are showing up. Yeah, for sure. Okay, that's going to happen. There's enough marks. There's enough. I'd go to it, dude. If All In was fucking, I'd go to it, dude. Okay, if it was in Canada or whatever, Revolution, whatever the fuck, people will go to it. Okay, it's like a thing to do. But it's like, again, a 20,000 building. Disco Inferno was saying some shit about how, I don't know if this is on K100 or not, but he's saying like AEW's building is not like in Vegas that they're doing. They don't even have one small enough for them to move to or some shit. I don't know. I asked which show and he was like, I think he's like, I don't even know what show it is, but this is just, he's like, we're laughing about this or whatever. So yeah, I don't fucking know, dude. It's the interest is just lowering and lowering. And yeah, if you have a card with Moxley and Edge and it's like a super indie show, people are going to show up. You're going to draw 9,000. Hold it in a smaller building. Again, that's always going to be the criticism. And just do your thing, man. Just own being a super indie. But yeah, having the ratings war and challenger brand and no, we don't compete with each other. And you're going to pay wrestlers more than more than they're worth, and not to sound shitty, but just because like, what's a person worth, pal? It's like, yeah, dude, I hope everyone can make millions doing. I hope the guy fucking filling up the soda machine at McDonald's is fucking, I hope everybody does ultimately, but it's just not realistic. And it's like, you make Monet the highest paid ever women's wrestler ever in the world, right? They're bragging about that. And it's like, at what cost though to the business? Is that good for wrestling overall though? It's good for that person, but is it really good? Like, okay, where are the ratings? How many new wrestling fans have you created? Or have you just made new WWE fans? It's like AEW's there to show people how really good WWE is. Sometimes that's how it feels. It's like if Mel Brooks made a fucking wrestling federation. Anyways, I'm going off into the weeds here, and getting all philosophical, but this guy goes break in case of emergency ass booking. And then this guy's like, but business is white hot. Eventually these fans will wake up and stop paying for this mid crap. No, dude, you're not awake yet. I don't shit on people who are going to go pay to see an AEW show. I'm not ever going to shit on the fans. You guys want to shit on fans because you're mad that your shit sucks. Instead of going, instead of just accepting, I like this shitty thing. Right? It's like walking into a fucking Pokemon convention and being like, yeah, dude, but Digimon. Dude, I got Digimon cards. And everyone's like, well, I mean, that show's cool, I guess, and it's okay that you like it, but like, fuck out of here, nerd. The Pokemon fans are like, what the fuck is Agumon or whatever, right? They're like, yo, get out of here with that shit, bro. That's stupid. And you just have to objectively admit, like, yeah, Digimon's dumber than fucking Pokemon, right? The whole concept of it's stupider, right? Dumb and dumber. And like, okay, I'm into this niche thing. It's still sold a lot, sure. Yeah, I mean, there's fucking right. They still make Digimon movies or whatever, right? Because fucking there's enough people will buy them, right? There's enough people will go to an AEW show or watch it on TV, right? But in this day and age, but we can't shit on fans and call the fans dumb and poor and then go the ratings and when it suits you and then go, oh, ratings don't matter when it doesn't suit you, right? That's what we can't do. And so that's what they all insist on doing. And again, I just try to point out why people hyperfixate. You guys know I don't even fucking fully the ratings. I cover them because everyone wants to know. But yeah, it's just I don't like harp on when people get into the weeds with the 0.0. Even Raj and people I like, I go, okay, we get it. Like fucking whatever. It's all semantics at this point, but. Yeah, you just can't have your cake and eat it too, I guess is what I'm getting at. Because again, we've covered earlier in this very long Sicko War segment, we're pick and choosing. Good for me, not for thee. It's the oldest saying for AEW fans, sickos anyways. But yeah, All Elite Doug too. His name's All Elite Doug. So he's lost in the sauce, bro. Like he can't now change it to like Federation Doug, Federales Doug, He can't do that shit because it'll look really bad. And that's why a lot of these people are doubling down as well. You'll notice. And then I said something there, but I just said a lot now. So fuck what I said. Elboo says people used to say AEW doesn't tell stories. Yeah, you don't get to like start to tell a story for 4 weeks and then start bragging about people say AEW doesn't tell because they didn't, bro. They didn't for a long time. The last really good one, the one that stands out to me was like Kenny and Hangman, that whole like tag. They were a tag and then they fuck it. Like that was really good shit, pal. The CM Punk stuff was sort of a blur because it was so muddied and you just knew shit was gone awry backstage. And it was just like Punk was doing good shit, but then like around him, there was just nonsense happening. And it was starting to really go downhill. And even then, like Punk was cooking. We were calling it out. Like Punk is cooking, but the rest of this, like, I don't know. It seems like everyone's just doing their own thing. And so now it's a little more cohesive, right? But you can't start flexing. Now they're taking victory laps. It's like the Bucks taking arms in the air in an empty building. Yeah, we kicked Punk out of the company. The company's been fucking trending downwards ever since. Right? And Elboo's taking a victory lap because why? 1 month of good shows. And even then you could pick shit apart in some of them realistically. Like I'm a sicko, so I'm like, okay, I'll give them a month. But realistically, there's all that Death Rider shit is still going on. That's terrible. That no one wants to watch. That doesn't make sense. Like Yuta and Moxley, that shit doesn't make sense. I don't care what anybody says. They have not done one thing to show us that why Yuta would all of a sudden switch up now. Where did Moxley attack someone that was closer to Yuta? Was it because he attacked a woman? It went too far. Like, what about it? Yuta's just done being the whipping boy. Why? They whipping boyed him into the crew. Like that's what he wanted. They weren't treating him like a whipping boy, right? And then they fucking treated him like a whipping. They're like slapping him around. And then he starts doing some of the worst sadistry out of all of the fucking people in the group is what the concept they're trying to get over. And he's progressively getting more and more emo with his greasy long hair. And then they fucking all of a sudden he's just getting into it with Mox. Why? Because Mox is going to lose the belt, take a break. Yuta's going to just go back to doing mid-card shit. Claudio will be nowhere to be found. That's all that's fucking going to happen. Megan Bain is going to beat Marina Shafir. This shit's going to be done. No rhyme or reason. We'll see Mox back trying to be a babyface next time we see him. I'm here to save AEW again, but like as a good guy. I swear this time. Either that or Edge gets the belt off him, and then the Bucks are slated to return. And so they're going to make the Bucks the saviors. And they're going to come and like beat Mox in a tag, or you know what I mean? They'll side with Edge. Yeah. Or also, I don't know if they announced who it is, but doesn't the Costco guy have 2 mystery partners or something? It could be the Bucks as well, which would be fucking hilarious that they would diminish his brand further. I'm telling you, go watch the Big Boom podcast. It is hilariously disturbing. Yeah, whatever. Moving along. We harped on this for a while. So Slick again. He goes, this Bozzy guy goes, so Tony, that's how you pivot. And Slick says, AEW has been producing some of its best stories and content lately. They've had a whole string of great shows, including Last Night's Collision, one hot WWE pay-per-view and Angle. No, idiot. One hot week of AEW where the stories were good, but the ratings were still in the fucking shitter. Bro, all of it, WWE's pay-per-views have been cooking. All of their shows have been cooking. Is cooking. Legit. So this guy's like, this is what I mean. It's mental. It's like a disturbancy. This is projection. This is the dude in like a twisted mirror, like looking at WWE and then trying to analyze it by criticizing it the way AEW should be criticized. Like, no, one fucking good angle with Tony Storm and Mariah May and a few good fucking collisions that legit did some of their worst ratings and Dynamites that did some of their worst ratings in the key demo. And you guys are taking victory laps and trying to shit on the John Cena heel turn. Insane amounts of coke, man. Let's again cleanse our palates. This is a long one, folks. I told you guys, a long one. We're going to breeze through a bunch of these. Let's cleanse our palates with one of the funniest men in the world, Dan Soder. Okay, and him doing his Macho Man Randy Savage impression. He does a lot of great impressions. One of the greatest clips ever is where this Legion of Skanks is a podcast, and they trick this lady into thinking that she's talking to comedian Dave Smith, but she thinks she's talking to Dave Chappelle. So they get Dan Soder to do his Dave Chappelle impression, and he's on the show Billions as well. You might have seen that. But Dan Soder does his fucking Dave Chappelle impression to this like Fox reporter lady, and she thought it was Chappelle, and he just trolled her the whole time, and she believed it. It was one of the greatest things of all time. But here's him doing his Macho Man. It's so good.
Could you do your Randy Savage impersonation?
Yeah, it's so weird, man. It's so funny that a thing that started off for me and my roommate, because my former roommate Vic was like, he's a huge wrestling fan, still is. We talk about it all the time. And I started cutting promos as Macho Man to get him to do shit around the apartment. Because like he wouldn't like yeah, that's seriously how it started. That's seriously how it started. Where I was like, yeah, every day I come home, yeah, come home very tired, weary, yeah, bleary-eyed, look over to the sink, and what do I see? Yeah, plates and glasses and forks and spoons, yeah, all piled high all the way to the top. Yeah, you gotta wash your dishes, wash them and dry them, yeah. And then it would just it'd be dumb shit like that, like we'd be walking around like,
man, that is awesome, man.
It's like Randy Savage is in the room with us.
I go, leaving the air conditioning on, yeah, you leave the house.
It's so funny.
Yeah, leaving it cold, very cold, dead body cold. Yeah, can't be doing that. Electric prices up and up and up and up. Yeah, getting taxed on forgetfulness. Yeah, it's just fun. Also, you can do it like my friends that like wrestling. They do it. Like, you can do it with like just song lyrics.
And this is on Busted Open, I believe, right? LaGreca, Mark Henry,
and shit, because Macho Man was so crazy. His promos were nuts.
Yeah, they were.
I mean, my favorite one's the one where he goes, and the beat goes on, and the beat goes on. And you see Mean Gene being like, what the fuck is happening right now? But I just love it because he's walking back and forth. That was like my favorite thing. As a kid, I even liked Macho Man, but like watching him do promos, it was so crazy and out there.
But you got it. You know, you have the hand motion down. You have everything down, man.
I found out if you grab your belt and then you put one finger up, you can really do. Yeah, and it's fun. Like sometimes I'll do like Biggie songs for my old roommate, where it just like B cuts of Biggie songs, where it'd be like, I used to get feels on the bitch, yeah. Now I throw shields on the dick, stop me from the HIV shit, yeah. And they're like, what the fuck, dude? Yeah, they just be that. It's just.
Oh my god, that's a top 10 right there. That is,
I can't read. That's a top 10.
The top 10. You get a Biggie and Savage at the same time.
To all the ladies in the place, yeah, with style and grace, allow me to lace, yeah, these lyrical douches in your bushes,
Yo, Oh my God, Dan Soder, fucking amazing. What a legend. I hope that fucking pop chat right there as a little palate cleanser. Speaking of chat, Juan Tenta, sorry, dude, waiting forever, but we got to trudge through the sludge, right? Juan Tenta became a YouTube member. Thank you so much. You are absolutely goated. Darvin Ramat for $6.98 SGD, bruv. Phil Marks live always makes my day. Excellent. You being here always makes my
I don't
day.
know.
Okay, so and you know what they
Sometimes
say.
in life, you got to be a hoe.
That's my favorite sound on the whole soundboard. Thank you very much, Darvin Hamat. Miss October 30 says, in a galaxy far, far away. Twitter, AEW turned brother against brother. We are now entering the Sicko Wars. We absolutely are, dude. I know it gets messy sometimes. You know, that's why I skipped doing it the last how many live shows. So I'm glad I brought a impromptu run-in to do this. I think this was the way to do it, but I'll still bring sickos to the regular live shows. I won't let them pile up as much. That's my promise to you all. Okay, but I like the little promo you cut. In a galaxy far, far away, AEW turned brother against brother, or possibly woman, or possibly they, them. I don't know. Some of them pretend to be aunties and shit, and we don't really know. Thank you so much, everyone. Round of applause for super duper chatters and members, and everyone watching. You're all so great. You're all amazing. Okay. Moving along, because we're doing it, man. I told you guys, man, I'm locked in. Hopefully I don't. Yeah, I got time here before SmackDown. So, Unpretty Her says, hey, Dwayne, please fucking insert word here. Your putrid, disgusting effing life, and save us all the effing trouble of dealing with your effing shit show. Because you want to play God, because you sick, twisted son of a bitch. Literally, your parents were bum-ass bitches. Whoa. Just effing insert word here yourself, please. Whoa, that's too far. And yeah, 313 Smark says the worldwide mental health crisis is real for real, dude. That is like insanity. So Baydala goes, there was no mention of AEW by name on the WBD Q4 earnings call. This is not the first time either. From my perspective, this doesn't signal anything to be alarmed about. But if I were AEW, I would have preferred to be mentioned. Where's the Debbie Downer fucking... That's what we need. Julia Gulli is on the case. But like Baydala, what the fuck? There was no mention of it. Like, this is where it gets ridiculous. A normal person would go, that's not a good thing. This isn't the first time either. That's not a good thing. But from my perspective, and like I'm really educated on this, and I talked to Tony Khan, and like just trust me, let me just insert my fucking opinion here that's gonna come back to look bad. This doesn't signal anything to be alarmed about. But if I were AEW, I would have preferred to be mentioned. No shit, Sherlock. I don't know. I just think some of these dudes, it's like you don't have to try and spin it like that, you know? Just say that it's fucking bad. Like I flat out say WWE's tag division is shit again. What the fuck's going on, you know? You got to call it out, man, where it is, you know? So I don't know how else we can word this. I got to say it in Chinese, like, or in a Mandarin or something, like fucking John Cena. Trying to keep his Warner Brothers deal or whatever, right? Anyways, Steph De Lander. So listen, here's a bunch of sickos talking about, like, I guess here's like an OF, we'll call it, right? So here's Steph De Lander addressing this. Like, I guess Ringside News, anyways, they posted a fucking story about Steph De Lander's breast reduction surgery. You guys think I'm bad because I laugh at sickos. You should take a look at Ringside News, right? Sometimes you're like, is this even real? I don't know if this is a parody or not. But I don't know. I guess they're talking to someone on OF here. This is like an OF messenger thing. And it was like, was your breast reduction surgery okay? It was fine. Good. Glad to hear there are reports it was botched. Don't like to hear that. There's reports in your OF simping, fucking sending you dirt sheet topics. Oh boy. Society's fucking doomed. So Steph De Lander goes, okay, Ringside News, fake news has infiltrated my OF subscribers. So Ringside News, Steve Carrier's in there. It was me. It was for me. It was me who reported that about these reports, right? Let me set the record straight because this is insane, LMAO. 1, I chose to be open about having breast reduction surgery because there are lots of women who want to get it done but are on the fence or have done it and want to be able to relate to someone else who went through the same surgery. Yeah, you don't got to justify why you said you got a procedure, especially if it's someone they look up to. 2, I chose to make a caption acknowledging the fact that my biddies are still larger than I was hoping they would be. They didn't grow back. Jesus Christ. And there are no botches. Wasn't that a show? Like Botched or whatever. They'd get like, we did it. She got a chin lift and they fucked it up. We're here to save it, right? I knew you sickos would comment on it. Yes, the sickos. Yes, Steph. Yes, let the hate flow through. No, but for real, dude, where's the here? We'll give him a yeah. Ooh, I knew you sickos would comment on it, so I figured why not get ahead of the 8-ball? Yeah. Especially with Ringside, dude. The 8-ball. That's funny. If anyone is going to capitalize on the buzz for my expensive surgery, it's me. You're welcome for the headlines, digital media champion. My tit job better make it into the PWI 500 and Fightful end of the year. Well, it's here on PWT, so I think that's better. No. This saga is more over than most of y'all. I mean, she tried to spin it. That's sweet. I didn't even really hear anything about it till she responded to it, and that's the point. That's why she responded to it, right? Because now it's here on PWT. And yeah, I guess they're just in there getting the scoop on her titties, right? So here's yesterday. Or 2 days ago, I guess, Sapp says, I'm struggling mentally and physically this week and will be unable to do today and tonight's shows. We will have a replacement on the post-AW show. Sorry for the inconvenience. And then PWP Nation is like, thoughts and prayers to the mentally and physically struggling Sean Ross Sapp. May your mental and physical struggles continue forever, you piece of shit. Damn. So I'm assuming these guys have beefed hard in the past, right? If you have to guess. Oh, yeah. And then this is where Conrad Thompson gets involved. And Conrad goes, oh, come on now, PWP. He literally does it. Man, come on. He literally does them. Look at this shit, guys. See, they always become my impressions of them, right?
Oh, come on now, Eric.
So he goes, man, come on now, Eric. Don't do this. Delete this. Be better. And then this guy's like, Sean has done 10 times worse to me in the past, intentionally, with a smile on his face. That dude made a lot of enemies over the last 5 years for no good reason. He's one of a very small amount of people in my life that I've ever legitimately felt hatred for. Damn, right? So these guys are really beefing, right? I just laugh at Sapp hates my guts. I don't even say shit like that about him. Jesus. It's Luger goes, who are his enemies? Do you know their names? Do you know them? Do you call them at him? He goes, keep going. Holy shit, this guy came with like hella receipts. So Wrestle Voice. Sean's accused of doxing their underage nieces and then playing victim somehow. Whoa. The user expressed frustration over what they perceived as targeted harassment, suggested pattern of behavior. Damn. Out here So Sapp said, out here harassing smaller accounts again, quote tweeting them to this horde. Guy's got no shame. The accusation points to harassment through public exposure. I don't get all this. Is this like a legal document? Chad, is this like a legal thing? I found it in a Discord. It's an internal memo. Trust me. FBI, I got it from the CIA. They say AEW is doing very well on Max. Tony God. Okay, this account, Sapp's the type to dig up your personal info and make it a story. So these are just also people saying shit, though, too. Seen it too many times while not citing a specific incident it accuses. So there you go. That's okay. So I don't know if what this guy's posting helped his case. Sapp's mocking people's takes again, acting like he's above everyone. He'll play victim when he claps back. Pathetic. Is this like Grok? Is this like Grok giving you, because I don't know if this helps this dude's case. It kind of just says like there's no evidence to support, but either way, whatever. I'm not choosing sides here, but they're arguing. Sorry, I didn't even see all of this until now. I saw the wrestlers. So if you go back, like again, we just covered SDL and she, two bad bitches, one hot track. And she's like, what the fuck, dude? And then he's like, fair, especially if you don't know how awful of a human he is and you believe he's some innocent guy. But still, I'll not be so mean next time. Well, no, bro. See, this is why well, okay, people like it. At least he's saying like I won't be so hardcore. Because again, like 2 wrongs don't make a right, bruv. That's the thing. And I know that's like some silly shit, but that's why they teach it to you when you're a kid. A lot of those lessons you learn when you're a kid. That's why they're taught to you then, because it's supposed to be simple and instilled in you like early, because it's like, you know, you don't spit on people, you know, shit like that. You don't fucking, it's just things like that. You learn that when you're a kid because it's some of the most important shit, I guess. So I get it. Like, don't hold this hate in your heart. Just fucking block them out and don't interact with them. I don't fucking know. But at the same time, I get it. If he went after someone's niece and that's true, that's fucking insane. Right. And it's not outside the realm. We've seen Sapp do some crazy shit. So people are going to believe that too. That's the other thing. Right. Like not long ago, crazy shit. Right. So all I'm saying. But now this guy is like fair, like immediately he folds for STL. He's like, I legitimately have hatred in my heart. And then he's just like, fair, I'll try not to be so mean. It's like, no, I thought you hate the guy, right? Like if you really hate someone, it's like, nah, fuck him, you know? So this guy, do you really actually hate the dude? Now it seems like, I don't know. That's where people are all going to jump on it. And you're going to get covered in the Sicko segment. So Cassidy Haynes is like, what is even far more disappointing that this really shitty comment is that there's over 150 people I follow that follow this piece of shit who made it. Bro, you're allowed to follow people you disagree with, that you have beef with, that you argue with. You're allowed to fucking, I mean, you're allowed to do that. You're allowed to fucking, if you hate McDonald's, let's say, all you fools hate McDonald's, you're allowed to follow McDonald's. You're allowed to follow people you don't like. You're allowed to unfollow, mute, block anyone. I don't fully agree with PWP Nation. I might follow them. Let's check right now. There you go. Do I follow Cassidy Haynes? There you go, Cassidy. I might not agree with everything you say either. It's not we all have to agree and hold hands and sing Kumbaya. That's the part where y'all are creating a fucking bubble where too many people do this on social media, and then they take that into the real world and it just doesn't apply in the real world, right? And this is where, like, this is how cults are formed, but people are doing it in social fucking media where they think like, no, I'll just create my own bubble, right? And you're allowed to do that, but you have to also be able to identify that. So when you notice too, when it's like, I don't care if someone I don't like people are following. I don't give a shit about that at all. You know what I mean? That's none of my goddamn business, really. You know? So I don't know if that's the argument there either. Unexpected Wrestling's like, I don't like the guy either, but this is a bit much, man. He's human, just like everyone. Let's not kick someone while they're down. Is this kind of where the liberals accuse anybody they don't like? Okay, let's. And then this guy, no bitches. So yeah, it gets roasted for it. Sicko Wars. People turning on each other, right? In the fucking comments there. So Bully Ray responds to Big Belly Funk, right? Who says that, well, let's see this. This is a clip from Busted Open, and then the guy deleted it, so he did legit bully him. But this is what Denise Salcedo, Mark Henry said about reacting to the Raw Cody Rhodes and all that. Let's take a look. So I actually don't know what she's.
If you ask any guy in NXT, who do you want to be? He's probably going to be like Cody Rhodes. Why? Because he's the champion. He's the one main eventing WrestleMania. On the main roster, hey, who do you want to be? What spot do you want to take? That's the spot he wants to take. That championship is the creme de la creme. It's the thing you want to hold. The Rock came out and said, that's not good enough. What? What do you mean this isn't good enough? He's the champion of the company that you're on the board on. Cody Rhodes, why are you standing there letting this man talk to you like you haven't
In his
that?
hand.
Right. He should have been like, you know what, Rock? BS.
Guys, you know, like Denise, are people getting triggered by Denise again? If you guys don't understand Denise, guys, I don't know what to tell you. She's talking like kayfabe, right? You guys get her shtick, right? Like you understand what her role is in the whole media. Like she's talking about kayfabe. So I don't know if that's what's going on, but if people are still getting triggered about Denise, boys, gotta calm down. This guy says some dumb shit. I wish I still read it. That's why we can't let that pile up, because it's a graveyard. This whole fucking Sicko folder is a graveyard of stupidity, IQ points, brain cells, accounts that have been fucking deleted or banished or deleted posts and shit like that. But Bully Ray says, and people like you are dirt sheet reading brainwashed sheep whose ignorance shines through on the daily. Brush your hair. Thank you, Bully, for owning the guy. I don't know. Let's breeze through these, man. We're almost at the end, I promise. Swerve Show says, hi, wrestling fans. This is Seth. Don't be like Seth. So Seth says Triple H doesn't deserve the Hall of Fame due to his booking. And then he also says, put Benoit in the Hall of Fame. His personal life and wrestling life are two different things. What the fuck, man? That's almost as crazy as Husey.
You what?
But Husey's just kidding, right? Like, that's the thing. These people are serious sometimes. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe this guy was just trolling. Because sometimes when there's an account like Seth AEW for life, they're either dead serious, they're super serialously, right? Or they are, that's a new one we're trying out. I don't know, might be too many S's and L's. But, or they're like trolling, because there's no way someone really would say shit like this. You know, it's so ludicrous. It's almost comical, right? Like it's like a fucking Husey joke. Husey was going off saying the most ludicrous, outlandish shit. And that's why it's clearly jokes, because it's like, dude, who would even think of that? You know? So I don't know if that's a troll or not, but a sicko no less. Neckbeards goes, big surprise. You're a weirdo. Okay, let's go. So official Kalal, he's beefing with this guy. And then he limited his fucking account. Yeah, probably because Neckbeards went, or no, I think this Kalal guy like goes at everyone though. He goads and pokes at everyone. So he gets smoked though, because Neckbeards pulls receipts and goes, I so agree, the Penelope Ford. You lucky woman. You Kip Sabian sexy as fuck, which is why he's my fave. He better return soon. He goes, I love the Kip Sabian. He's so sexy. And I love Penelope. She's sexy. Together, they both make a sexy pair. Sexy time. This guy's really all, he's all sexed up, guys. I can't wait till Penelope and the Bunny tag team again and for the AEW women's tag titles. And that's not even a thing. And I want Kip to win the AEW International. Okay, so he's a real big fan. I don't know, because Carmelo is fine as fuck. Haha, he's all money, but then again, you're sexy as hell, Carmella, and money. Okay, so this guy's swinging. He's batting for both teams. You know what I mean? His average isn't really good, and either fucking right? But he's fucking swinging. He's swinging. So I love you both, but maybe we can figure this out by making this team a mixed tag team. Mellow is money. I mean, that's not a bad idea. He's got his booking ideas are. Oh shit, man. This is fucking hilarious, dude.
You what?
Oh my god, can't wait to see this sexy outfit. Ha ha ha. And AEW and an AEW women's title around your shoulders, Saraya. Perfect night. This will be win this title. You deserve it. Be that fighting champion you always was. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, Neckbeards. You might have just found my new favorite account. Okay. This is the new Fantastical Tales over here. Holy shit, man. That's pretty funny. And don't ask what happened to that guy. He literally he's like, I'm going to actually start trying to call out accounts like Awful Wrestling, and I'm going to expose Neckbeards, and I'm going And he like seriously took himself serious. He was like, dude, just write your stories. Your account could have blown up so big. His account it's like no one cares, bro, what you think about AEW or WWE. Like, don't you get that? Like, make another account, which he did. He had like all these burners, right? But it was like, just make an account and then do that on that account. But don't like your Fantastical Tales. He should have just wrote those funny stories, man, because they were actually so good. But he's like, oh, I make them to make fun of people. Like, it's like, no, how's that making fun of? You're sitting there telling like fantasy makeout stories between Meltzer and Tony, and they're just funny. Like it's like that Squid Game WWE thing. It's just so stupid and ludicrous. It's so funny to read. Like you just bought into his gimmick, then like thought because I read his shit on my show, he was gonna fucking burst the bubble. Like he was literally saying the most insane shit to me in DMs, and I was like, dude. And then I think he was like, I'm leaving the IWC forever as well. So that's past Sicko stuff. If you go travel back in the past, but that one guy, that Khalil guy or whatever his name was, check in with him. That might be a new resident Sicko. Hopefully his posts aren't still protected there, and we can. I like that guy. He's cute. So JD Jet starts going. So earlier, right? Conrad was like, oh, come on now. That's not very fair to say this about Sean Ross Sapp when he's going through things. And so more of his responses here, because it gets like, then Conrad gets under attack here, right? And so Conrad goes, or this guy RC or Archon, whatever, says Conrad's best friend and sister-in-law work in WWE. If he likes AEW, it's because he likes AEW. He does like AEW, or he just likes working in the biz. You know what I mean? And you can't blame him or get mad at him for that. And he likes to put AEW over. That's his prerogative. Now, sometimes his pushback can be ludicrous, like where Bischoff snaps on him, and it's like, well, what does even what you're saying matter? And then dismantles it. And I feel like sometimes that's Conrad setting Bischoff up, but he's vehemently defended Bischoff too. I don't know. 83 weeks. Conrad and Eric is one of the only duos I can like stand, man. That when I'm listening to pro wrestling stuff. But anyways, Conrad goes, and 3 of my co-hosts work there, and a bunch of friends too. I like wrestling, and I talk about what I like. I keep what I don't like to myself so as not to hurt anyone's chance to learn, get better, and further their career. That's the other thing too. He's not going to talk shit because he's doing StarCast with All in Texas, and he's trying to be involved in the wrestling business for a healthy wrestling business. And then this guy JD Jet goes, dude, you are defending Sean Ross Sapp, the most mentally ill person in your nerdy story chasing wrestling. Instead of enjoying it, losers like him ruin it for everyone else and makes you all get laughed at. Nothing you say will change that this guy is out of his mind. Yeah, here's the problem is that a lot, like the people higher up, like won't address the psychotic shit. Like it wasn't long ago, Sapp was like, challenging one of the wrestling soup guys to fight for 40 grand or some shit. Right. And then like there was a whole situation there with a fucking PDF file guy where it was the wrong guy and all that crazy shit. I mean, that's not that long ago, that's like really not that long ago. So it's not outside the realm. You got to understand, just no one addresses it who's like has a real voice, you know what I mean? And that's why people get frustrated. But again, to go at Conrad, like Conrad always goes, oh, come on now. So like, I don't know, man. It's just not worth it to fucking go at
come
Conrad.
on now,
like,
Eric.
At least in my opinion, like all he's doing is trying to be that guy. And then it turns into a debate though about like, where does the point I want to get to though. Then it turns into a debate about where does his friends work? Why do you like AEW? You're all just shills paid for it. Like there's dude, guys, you gotta understand. Conrad's not paid by AEW. Sapp's not paid by AEW. Meltzer's not paid. He might. It's so funny because people go, oh, the 3% rumors floating around. The 3%. It's funny because I started that talking shit. And I need everybody to understand that. All I said was I bet it's like one. He owns like 1%, 3%. Why would he talk all this shit? I don't know, but I'm gonna start floating that out there, because why the fuck would he shill this hard and not get paid for the shit in some way? Meltzer must own like a percentage if he's sitting there going, I studied the business and they're bringing in this much money. How else would he know? Maybe you could say Bischoff started it, actually, because it started from where I watched a clip and then I was like, I don't know, 3%. Let's just float that out there. It's not real. Like, I don't fucking know. No one's ever said that to me. No, but what else could it be? Right? With Sapp and them, it's more of an access thing. With some of these dirt sheet guys, right? Like you just want to, like Elboo. It's like an access thing. You shill one way because those are the guys that are like letting you in the rooms and DMing you and telling you shit and give you their phone number, da 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 da. So you fucking, that's the people you lean more towards, or whatever. Not even Sapp particularly with this. I guess I should say like just dirt sheet people in general. You know what I mean? But like, and people do want to go to Sapp for like his interviews and shit, right? Like he's got a platform. He's helped wrestlers out and shit. That's undeniable, right? And so is Conrad. And so they are in the business of playing a game of like, don't lose access. Now, yes, to Sapp and they're the Fightful writers, like they've written articles. Oh, AEW saved my life. I was done. I hate wrestling. Meanwhile, I have this job as a wrestling writer. You know, it's so cringe when they pull that shit. But and they do skew that way. And that is like more than I would say Conrad. If you really listen to Conrad, he's not just like an AEW nut hugger, bro. He's just not trying to like burn bridges where he doesn't have to. You can like appreciate or understand or accept that, I'm sure. Right. But it gets crazy though. Like people start going nuts on Conrad to the point where it was like people were bringing up mug shots and shit. I don't know, dude. Like maybe we'll see it here. I don't know if I booked it. So I was like, now we're going too far. Even come on now. IWC sickos, we're going too far, even for Phil Marks' taste. So Conrad though says, I'm not defending anyone. I'm just not supporting negativity. Oh, come on now. When someone has something bad happen to them, I'm not here for it, Eric. I want to help. You want to cheer, do better. Do better. Yeah, that's a straight up Meltzer line. But yeah, people went hard at this dude. You grifters really do stick together. Wrestling is better without pricks like you. Just be a fan, do your mortgage stuff, and shut the fuck up. See, man, that's the thing. Conrad has helped. Like, is 83 Weeks not a good pod? You can't lie to me and say it's not. He's helped. Even Grilling JR's got some gems in there. Some of them I'm like, oh, fuck, that's a podcast. But I don't know, man. Conrad, he's not grifting, bro. It's just not a grift to be as big of a mark as he is and then want to talk about pro wrestling and then he's just a fence sitter. He's just a fence sitter, you know, and that's what people don't like. They like when you really stick to your guns on shit. And like Conrad does give his opinions and he'll defend Eric, but because he has to. This is the problem with Conrad too. Not the problem with Conrad. Sorry, the problem with his situation. He has to defend himself from being an AEW shill, and then defend Eric. Oh, come on now, Eric, from being a WWE shill. Which is it, guys? Is Eric just shilling for WWE and Conrad shilling for AEW? Like, it's neither of those things. It's neither of those fucking things. So Conrad's towing the line and Bischoff's more ready to speak his piece. And it's just objectively a fact. And we can quantify it with what Asuka said. Is my creativity working? Well, how do we measure that? If creativity's working, right? Picasso's the best painting. Yeah. And it's worth the most, right? So I don't know. I understand it. So not to defend Conrad all the way here either. I know chat's probably like, oh, come on now, Phil. That's not very fair. We don't like Conrad. He just shills us fucking dick pills and ball shavers. So Conrad goes, listening is a choice, kind sir. And if you don't listen, what are we talking about? Mute me and get your wish. Have a nice Friday. And then PWP is like, Sean is such a maniacal, duplicitous liar. I wouldn't doubt that it's all made up. He's probably on a drug binge. Oh, Jesus, man. Getting rub and tugs at the local strip mall massage parlor. I'm with you. I take your words seriously. I'll do better next time. But this time, fuck that guy. Damn. Oh, man. Yeah, it went hard in the paint. Someone was like, oh, Conrad is a fucking abuser or something crazy. I don't even know if I bookmarked it. Maybe I did, but yeah. So this guy, Astaban, goes, so I'm just now finding out that Obafemi is misogynistic. That sucks because I was a big fan of his. He's misogynistic, guys. Get over your fucking selves, dude. So Sean Ross Sapp, though, just talking mad shit. He's like, I just watched the Cena heel turn from the Peacock feed for the first time. It was so much better in the arena. Yeah, I bet. You could say that about fucking any match ever, dude. The stream was Kevin Dunn levels of not letting things breathe. Untrue. Untrue, bro. Untrue. And a lot of it was you had to get everyone's reactions. And I get what he's saying. Was it a little more choppy than maybe usual? Certainly, but no, everything had time to breathe. That's why it's such an iconic moment. Cena's face, the throat slit, it was all timed brilliantly. Don't start trying to talk about letting things breathe when you're like looking off camera while interviewing fucking Tony Khan, a billionaire. You're like more interested in like the squirrels fucking playing around in the field. Like, don't start doing that, bro, okay? Right? I'll tell you what's good in the fucking in that world, okay? So 20 zooms and cuts in a 40-second span. Fortunately, it got much better after leave the crazy cuts in the past. No, he is right though about the one part. He's right about how it was like boom, 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 but they had to get everyone. Now again, if you're not doing it all the time, you can get away with it. WWE, it's something that's easy to pick out. He is right, actually, about that. There was, if you watch it back, it was like boom, boom, boom. But they were just painting the picture for everyone. And yes, they used to do that. If they didn't have a bad track record, this wouldn't even be a criticism. But I mean, okay, sure, I guess people are sensitive to it still because we're not too far removed from Kevin Dunn to where it's not something that you could point, like people aren't entirely over it, you know? So, okay, I'll give him that. I'll fucking give him that one. But yeah, say it's so much better in the arena. No shit. So's fucking everything ever that's ever happened in pro wrestling. Conrad, the mortgage guy. So he's getting responded to from MJ from NJ. He goes, hey, Conrad, support this. So I haven't heard this clip. So let's see who's in here. We got Seahawk, Common Bengals W, John Alba. Oh, that's Sapp's Bengals account. Okay, so that's Sapp using his Bengals account to talk wrestling. Okay. We have Hologram. No. And then, okay, so let's see here.
It wouldn't let me use my other one. But, John, you say we shouldn't use...
Yeah, okay, there you go. Here, let's hear that again.
It wouldn't let me use my other one. But
so he couldn't use his wrestling Twitter. Is that what he's saying? Okay, let's hear what is being condemned here.
It wouldn't let me use my other one.
Oh, and then look, it said Brad Shepard. Let's talk about it. We already did. Time cop.
But John, you say we shouldn't use oxygen on them.
Oh, yeah, I'm so sorry to keep pausing. They were trying to fucking charity box or something, right? Like Seahawks, like, I'll box this dude or whatever. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, so funny.
Let's just take some of their oxygen instead. Yeah. That's the beauty of it. You grab a man, you choke him, you kick the shit out of him all day long. His foot of a dog man.
Yeah, just keep the kids out of it. That's all. Like, what the fuck? What's so hard about that?
Again, like.
So they're going to take the oxygen out of them. Who's them? Like accounts you disagree with? I don't understand what's going on in this fucking sicko meeting right here. John Alba and fucking yeah, let's choke him and kick him and take the life out of these accounts. That fucking, it's like, bro, now you're getting dust on your fucking Bengals account too. What are you doing? I don't know exactly what was like so malicious in there. They're just joking around, whatever. Wow, last stage of hallucination. Supa Kicks Babe. Oh, this is the person Oh, yeah, it's not bad. It was never bad. Yeah, so we read this one. Okay, I bookmarked it twice. So nice. I bookmarked it twice. Guys, we're almost done. I promise. This went way too long, too. I thought this would be a fucking shorter stream, but nay. Let me check in with chat here. Northern DC says, I keep telling people this. If WWE wants to get crossover, do what Jay Lethal did. Have Cross take on a Ventura alter ego. Now that Jesse is back, it's a lock to get over big. Do you think? Damn, you just brought it to fucking, let me play you an X-File. You just started fantasy mark booking shit, dude. Let's do this. I keep telling people this. If WWE wants to get crossover, do what Jay Lethal did. Have Cross. Oh, like, and do the Black Machismo, but I'm like I'm the Crossy Ventura. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I think that would joke him up too much, dude. Don't you think that would be too comedy-esque for him? Right? I don't know. That's I mean, hey, that's an original. Well, kind of not fully original because Jay Lethal did it, but that's like a unique way to try, because everyone thinks like go spooky with Cross, right? But people are pointing out crazy shit where Cross is like cutting his hair to look like the people he's going after. So I don't know. I trust where they're going, but okay. Yushin FX says MR Marks. Mr. Marks, how was your manhood reduction surgery?
Best guys, Tony Khan.
Oh man. I don't know. Thank you for that, I guess. Thank you, Yushin. Thanks. How was your manhood reduction surgery? It went awful. They took like way too many inches off. At least that's what I tell the ladies, right? Or married now. So that's what I told my wife, I swear it was bigger. No. Okay, you fucking sickos. Enough about me. Jesus Christ. We're already talking about okay. So Julian Weeks, I want to get through these guys. I'm sorry. I know I'm breezing through the chats and shit. It's just I want to fucking there was a lot to get to here. So Julian Weeks says this is the type of shit I be talking about, man. These people will push any agenda that gets them engagement. So Wrestle Tracker says, just a suggestion, Bianca Belair should return to singles division in WWE soon. She's just too good to be a tag team wrestler. And then Wrestle Tracker writing this whole thing about Bianca going, unpopular opinion, Bianca Belair is the most overpushed female superstar in history. Oh my God, this is what I mean. I think, yeah, I don't fucking know. I don't follow Wrestle Tracker. They're such idiots. Like they're straight up just a bot account, right? So yeah, literally in one breath going, oh, she needs to get away from this and they need to push her as a single. She's so good. And then over here, the most overpushed female in WWE history. She's got great skills, but that doesn't mean she has to be in the title picture all the time. She has been in WWE for so long. And I can't remember even one feud of Bianca where she was not the champion or chasing a title. No one knows who Bianca Belair is when she is not in the title picture. Perhaps WWE should keep her away from the championships after Mania 41 until 2026 at least. Jesus, man. They're just not consistent with their bullshit. So once again, so this is like 4 hours ago. So Sapp takes his like mental health break. He's like, I'm physically tapped out, man. And then he pipes in to go, good morning. This is true. So glad you're back and good, bro. But like, this is not true. And so the stories, we'll cover this tomorrow night. We're going to deep dive into like Dave Meltzer. All the stories was the night of. Cody Rhodes denied, and John Cena just went heel the night of. They planned this. Cena went heel as the backup plan the night of. That's what they want us all to believe, just like last year. Oh, Cody went into business for himself, and The Rock, and it was all just it wasn't planned at all. It was the night of Tony Khan. It's actually kayfabe. Everything happened. The Undertaker wasn't planned. He really told the guy, hit my music. And Dwayne really sold it. I mean, it wasn't even selling. He got him up for the chokeslam. It was all real. It was a shoot, Brian. Like, this is what Dave's trying to tell everybody and make everybody believe, because they're telling him that, because then the fucking idiots go, oh my God, can you believe? And then everyone's talking about Mania. No one's talking about Revolution. Sapp comes in, who's been literally missing so badly lately. Okay? So fucking badly. Fightful's been missing. And this dude's like, good morning. This is true. No, it's not. This has all been planned way in advance, like it is every time. Yes. Well, my source is, I have 2 sources. You have no sources, Phil. Cool. And guess what? I don't need any. Okay? Because I can fucking look at what Ari Emanuel said and what Cody Rhodes does and what they tease in their fucking social media. And I'm intelligent enough to just understand what's going on. Okay? And that they clearly are working you guys. And I do know that dirt sheets get worked and are being told fake shit, and you all know that too. But you can't ever admit that or have anybody, you can't allow anyone to let that be known. The fandom, otherwise you don't get your $6.99, you don't get your $14.99 or whatever. And that's why I'm a great threat, and I get blocked by Meltzer and Sapp and everybody. Elboo. Because it's just, I can just see right through the shit, bro. I'm Cyclops, motherfucker. I got fucking optic laser beam right through your fucking souls, dude. I just see right there, and I know that you all know you're being told fake shit too, because TNA, you're getting told some real shit, okay? AEW, you're getting told real shit. You're getting told real shit about injuries and stuff like that. Sometimes, even now though, WWE's working the injuries. Ray's out indefinitely. The sheets run with it. Fucking, he's there the next week cutting the promo saying, I'm in a tag match in another week. So he's just gone for 2. They could have just said he wasn't even injured. No one would have known, right? And then same with the Jade Cargill, a torn MCL, a torn PCL, a torn fucking. She's just like filming shit in the Bahamas, taking time off. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they're just being fed bullshit. And to come in and be like, this is true. No, it's not. They did not pull the trigger last minute. It's just like the CM Punk thing. I broke it down before. They didn't do all that very last minute. Yes, he flew in, signed that physical piece of paper right there and filmed it for WWE.com. That could be a merch. We don't even know what that was. He 100% signed a digital contract. I promise you he did. And before they flew down and even risked pulling that moment off. And yes, they kept it private between 3 people. And that's why you guys are being told lies, because that's what they do now in WWE. 3 people know the truth, and then they tell certain people, go tell this, and they've already stooge test everyone. So anyone telling you guys the fake shit and they're wrong, that's intentional. They're not getting fired because their job is, okay, those guys were doing it without us telling them to do it. Your new job, you're going to tell the dirt sheets this bullshit and make them trust you. And we now know that you're a stooge. You're a controlled stooge. These uncontrolled wildcard stooges, bye-bye. That's what they did. And you all know that too. They all know that. All these fucking sheets know that shit. Anyways, though, this guy, Draven, gets excited. AEW versus WWE ID. Megan Bain versus Steele. And then this guy goes, if Megan doesn't shoot on her and break her legs, she ain't a real one. Fucking AEW fan. Oh, if she doesn't break this other woman's legs, dude. Human garbage. So the wrestling blog has been going at Chris Prolific like Featherstone really hard, man. And he's like, it's been 3 days since this fucker spoiled the wrong winner and other fake shit in his Twitter page. Again, okay. I make fun of these people who do this fake shit and I roast them. It's been 3 days. I demand an apology now. This fucker, you spoiled the wrong winner. So then it wasn't spoiled because then it's the wrong winner. You fucker. And I get the rage behind the paywall, but it's like, God damn it, man. You're not going to fight anybody. Stop acting tough. Stop being like this fucker. Like what? You want him to just go disappear and to get Thanos snapped away? Like, what do you want him to just vanish into oblivion?
Master need to obliterate.
Like, what do you want? It's crazy. So he's like, stop being a pussy and unblock me. I want to have a talk with your fake ass scammer charging people for fake news. You're going to get exposed. Okay, so that's not how you do this. So how are you going to expose them? Hey, you were wrong about this and this and this. And yeah, it's fucked if Featherstone's just blocking everyone saying you're wrong about this and this and this. But you can just ask him about it too. You're wrong about this and this and this. How do you handle that? Okay, he blocks people. You going nuts doesn't do shit either. It just makes you look crazy, bro. Right? Like, this is why he blocked you, because you're going psychotic over wrestling news. Just call them dumb fucks and idiots and liars and move on. That's what I do. You just make it funny and put a flute at the end and have fun. You know what I mean, dude? You do Sicko Wars and have fun. You don't got to fucking go have a complete meltdown. But yeah, Featherstone been missing, man. Big time. And then doing like the cringe dirt sheet thing where he's like, oh, Jey Uso. And again, he's probably not going to come on this show now because I'm fucking covering all this. But keep it real for my people, man. What can I say? We don't. Oh yeah, here's the Conrad thing. So this guy's like, no, you just beat your wife in Minecraft, whatever. I don't. And here's the thing: it's a domestic in the third. I'm not big up on American law, but isn't that like not? Whatever. I don't know. I don't like even going there, but I have to because that's where it went, and it started. Everyone's sharing it. So, and like, okay, people have been arrested. I never even heard about that. I have no fucking clue, right? But that's I don't know. Anyways, moving along. So this guy goes God mode. So Francis Ford Coppola says, I am thrilled to accept the Razzie Award in so many important categories for Megalopolis film and for the distinctive honor of being nominated as the worst director, worst screenplay, and worst picture at a time when so few have the courage to go against the prevailing trends of contemporary movie making. Yeah, that Megalopolis movie just looked like shit. I gotta be honest. I am thrilled. Okay, in this wreck of a world today where art is given scores as if it were professional wrestling, we made it. We made you. We made you. Come on, homie. We made you, dude. We fucking made it, man. Let's go. We're in the mainstream, dude. No. I chose to not follow the gutless rules laid down by an industry so terrified of risk. And yeah, I agree with that, dude. Like, do your thing and reach. What would Schaub say? Reach for the moon and land somewhere in the stars or whatever the fuck. Where my homeless cats at? No, but it just yeah, the movie just looked like shit. I don't know. I didn't want to see it personally, but I probably will watch it, you know, just so I know, because I don't like I don't like trailers and other people's opinions on shit to skew my opinion, you know, unless like I'm asking for it or unless we're like debating, well, what's the best, whatever, you know. But anyways, laid down by an industry so terrified of risk that despite the enormous pool of young talent at its disposal, may not create pictures that will be relevant and alive 50 years from now. What an honor to stand alongside a great and courageous filmmaker like Jacques Tati, who impoverished himself completely to make one of cinema's most beloved failures Playtime. My sincere thanks to all my brilliant colleagues who joined me to make our work of art Megalopolis. Yeah, I don't know. It's funny when they accept the Razzies. Holly Berry did that shit for Catwoman, but it's good he name dropped pro wrestling and even knows that it gets rated. Like, he just buried fucking Meltzer stars, dude. Actually, was that what that was? Did I just roll over that? Like, just skim over that? Dude, he fucking just straight up destroyed Dave Meltzer, man. What the fuck? Francis Base fucking Coppola, dude. So this guy, Dad C, says, what's even funnier is it's 100% true. And this is talking about Samantha Irvin's main character syndrome and just her wanting attention. And this guy says she used wrestling to try and advance her career, but made sure when she wanted to announce her shit music, she flashed a cheek or made you think it would have been something better. Her music blows worse. Her music is fucking not as that lit, to be honest. And I'm just being honest. I'm allowed to have an opinion on music now. No, you guys are going to cancel me for that. We're all getting canceled over here, like Canceled Unleashed, right? And fucking Wrestle Cringe, right? Her music blows worse than her man's promos, but half whatever the fuck. And she goes, I used wrestling to meet all your faves. And again, bro, it's like, what are you, a fucking wrestling heel now? Like, this is cringe, bro. But she goes, I feel bad, low key. And then he's like, I know you're following your dreams and all that, but I really hope you decide to come back to wrestling. You were on your way to a Hall of Fame career before you decided to walk away from the business. Selfish request, I know, but you were missed. She goes, I did not decide to walk away from the business. I decided to walk away from announcing. I will absolutely be back in wrestling. So just confirming she's going to be in AEW, even though they're like, no, she's not going to be in AEW. And will deliver another Hall of Fame worthy performance in another capacity. No, nope. Nope. I'm sorry. Nope. You can't just say that now because if it. Nope. No. Not in AEW. When you're a fucking manager thinking you're going to do shit that she's going to do like promos where she's crying, an impassioned promo and all this shit, and trying to get her acting over. It didn't work on America's Got Talent. That show's half acting. I know people who've done that show. It's acting, and you know that. Okay? So come on, man. Fuck, dude. No. This is like Lillian Garcia. Lillian Garcia sings great too. Has fucking Latin albums and shit. This is like her saying that same shit. When she left WWF, what do you think she was doing? She was calling MMA fights and shit. Doing the announcing and stuff like that. Not saying she wasn't doing other shit, podcasting and all that. Not saying you can't chase your dreams either and do other shit. But I'm just saying, like, no, this is like Lillian Garcia saying, oh, I'm going to fucking become the best manager. It's like Howard Finkel saying, oh, I'm going to become the best manager. No, man. No. She really, I think, fucked up. Like, I'm trying to help her. I really like Samantha, and I think she's fucked up. She's blinded by the lights. She's blinded by the money, dude. By, like, whatever fucking McCon backed up to their house. Man, this is what I mean too. The money he's giving some of these folk gives them an inflated self of value and worth. And like, again, I'm not one of these people to go, don't value yourself. Like, no, everyone should value your time, value yourself, value your health, your life, all of that shit. I'm the last guy to say fucking don't you're under, I believe everyone's overworked and underpaid. I truly believe that. But what I'm saying is that it's gonna fuck things up, man. Like, there's gonna be kids in this business who think that they're fucking worth more than they are, and that's gonna fuck up other people who are really grinding and shit. The grind, bruv. That's what Triple H's talking about. Like, everyone makes more money in the long run if there's like a fucking system to this. You guys get what I'm saying? Like, if you're developing talent and focusing on the future. And I'm not saying bidding wars are bad either, but we've never really seen a bidding war at all for anybody. Like, behind the scenes, there's a bidding war. Just ask Brian or Tony Khan. We've never really seen a war, though, where it was like, man, they're like, we'll throw down 10. We'll throw down whatever the fuck. Now, if what Hughesy's allegedly, if what he's saying and, what Conan's saying about fucking Roman having no, like, 10 days or whatever, then maybe it happens with Roman. Like, I love the idea of Tony Khan being like, 20 million 1 year, 12 dates. Oh man, because then what are the sickos gonna do? Yeah, bring him in. Could you imagine? It's okay that he's a part-timer. Fuck it. That's what they would do, man. And Roman would never do that. But I want to see the reaction from the sickos and shit. I can't, and see the dirt sheets lie and scramble and all of that. So yeah, it's just overinflating what people are worth. This guy, Angel Ferreira, responds to the Sapp PWP Nation feud and says, SRS is the very same guy that put a paywall and price tag on an article that was about Bray Wyatt's mental health. That's another thing, bro. That's another thing right there. When people do shit like that. When like WWE's like Scott Hall passed and then Sapp's like, Fightful can confirm this. Why? Do you think you're going to sell any extra subscriptions for that? We can confirm this thing that WWE confirmed. And they had him under contract on a fucking Legends deal. So he's technically employed there, but let us Snoopy over here fucking confirm it for you guys. Do you not get why that rubs people the wrong way and why they are a little insensitive toward this dude sometimes? You know what I mean? Like, you have to be able to understand that aspect of it as well. No? Chat will let me know. No? I think that's why people are quite critical some of the time, right? So, and like, we're just being honest here, right? Hey, we're being fucking honest. Like, we're just being Oh, sorry. I pulled up a fucking tab of myself doing my stream there by accident. But anyways, so SRS is the very same guy who put a paywall and price tag on an article that was about Bray Wyatt's mental health. The very same man that has harassed hundreds, if not thousands of people on here because they disagreed with him. Yeah. There's hundreds or thousands of people with the same fucking story. So the same man that targeted Raj Giri, in what way? So he targeted Raj Giri. I didn't know that. I should text and ask Matt about that. I'm sure he will fucking have answers that I'm looking for, because I actually did not know that, or that they even really had a feud. I know that Sapp does feud, like, you know, if you're new in the space, he'll like bro up to you and be like, I'm a good guy, and like fuck all these other people, they're whack and whatever. But then he'll be like, he'll feud other dirt sheet dudes and shit, and tell people like there's a correct way to go about this. Trust me, this is ask any fucking new sheet guy and they'll tell you, or anybody making wrestling media. He'll always be like, there's a right way and a wrong way to do this. And I like sort of gatekeepy and shit. So, and then he beefs out people like Meltzer and stuff like that. So, I mean, I don't fucking know. But yeah, the same man that targeted Raj Giri, this is karma. No, what's karma about this asshole talking shit who doesn't like him, who's like, I hate him. But yeah, I can't disagree with fucking the Bray Wyatt mental health thing and the other part there. So yeah, I mean, I already talked about that enough. That's my take on it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was a super insane fucking Sicko segment. Let's go. Air horns in the fucking chat. I don't even know if that's an emoji. We have Monkey Ball says, I'd rather see Cross as Ace Ventura. All righty then. Oh, man. He should do a third one of that, Jim Carrey, before all's said and done, man. That would be really good. Because you know what they say.
In life, you got to be a hoe.
Okay, guys, this went way longer than I fucking thought. Round of applause for me and you all. I will not let the sickos pile up again like that. We'll do some sickos tomorrow if I have any in there. I'll make sure, even if it's a 2-minute segment, we'll do it. Round of applause for me and for you all. Please hit the like, hit the subscribe button. I hope you had fun. I hope you had a laugh at all this too. We got to remember to laugh. You know what I mean, dude? It's just so ridiculous. And I will say this about Sappy too. He's fucking not engaging. Like, he's not going as psycho on people. You know, he's still going to throw barbs. Everyone can, but it's been not a lot of story. And granted, this is like 2 months. So let's give it time here, right? But thank you guys so much for being at the run-in. Consider hitting like, subscribe, leaving a comment, hit the dislike, leave a bad comment, all that YouTube shit. Hit the bell, whatever. Consider becoming a member, 99 cents. Check out my Patreon where I do watch-alongs and all that sort of thing. I go live Mondays, Wednesdays, Saturdays. This Saturday, live show, Revolution. I'll have a sweet guest to do a review show. I'll find somebody cool. And also consider please checking me out over here. Okay, at Phil Marks Out. I don't have a video uploaded yet, but it is coming soon. Look at that, guys. Almost 80 subscribers already. I haven't even done shit. So consider subscribing to that. It's going to be more scripted content, video edits. It's different than PWT, but it is me. If you like my unique takes and the way I approach things, break down movies. I worked a bit in the fucking industry, so I have a good perspective as a writer and other things that I've done. So, movies, but not just that. YouTuber drama, like YouTuber sickos, fucking not like comments. I'm not getting into comments with YouTubers and shit, but more like just what drama, pop culture, whatever's going on. Check me out over there. And with that, until next time, I bid you all adieu. Kiss, kiss, bang, bang. Be good to each other. Let the sickos remind us to be good to each other. Drink lots of water. Don't get too emotional. Hug each other. You know what I mean? Go outside. It's getting nice out. I love you all. See you all in the Upside Down. Catch you tomorrow night. Peace.
It is a fast-acting viral strain that infects the host immediately, and upon getting sick, the infected will become racked with coughs, sweat profusely, and start to get the shivers and chills.
There he is, the legend. The man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah. You can't literally run a promotion just for the AEW, what do they call them, sickos?
Thank you very much, TikTok and AEW. See you tonight.
Tony Khan started telling people there's no such thing as long-term booking anymore. It's week to week.
The best guys, Tony Khan.
We just secured the bag. It's not like I tried to be a character. It was just sort of happened naturally. But
but it was never something I intended. It was just something that happened because the wrestlers asked me to do things in matches, and I do them.
If you run a promotion just for the sickos, you're going to do 400,000 viewers eventually.
Effing melts. Know that SmackDown actually went over and everything?
Yeah.
You know,
What's the point?
the point of SmackDown.
What are you getting at here?
That the DVRs didn't pick it up.
Did they not pick it up?
Mine didn't.
Let's get into everybody's favorite moment, and it is called Dave Meltzer's Dumb Moment of the Week.
What would you like to listen to in your ears?
I'd like to hear the flute.
Well, if you'd like to flaunt your flute, then we can find you a flautist.
We just secured the bag.
It doesn't help me.
Okay, so complain, but
I will complain.
Let me have my misery.
And when I heard that, I was like, what?
Thank you, fuck you, bye. Boom.
You gotta run a promotion for everybody. The sickos can be the ones that buy tickets first and spend the most money on the merchandise.
Because we have just secured the bag.
But like, you gotta promote for everybody. Then you'll have a lot of viewers.
I think we proved a lot of so-called experts. We made them look like idiots. We're not going anywhere. Tony Khan's not going anywhere.
You'll also be there on TNT. You'll be in 2 places at once. It'll be like my favorite movie. Time. So great, Pittsburgh.
It's not like I tried to be a character. It sort of happened naturally.
the best guy is Tony Khan.
To keep themselves safe.
I look and see it's not just me.
Jack, why do you insist on doing this dumb internet shit on TV?
I look and see it's not just me.
This place is a fucking joke, man. You're a clown. I quit.
So many of us have stood where we stand. We are the young, so raise your hand. So many of us have stood where we stand. We are the young, so raise your hand. They call us problem child. We spend our lives on trial. We walk an endless mile. We are the youth gone wild. We stand and we won't fall. We're 1 and 1 for all. The writing's on the wall. We are the youth gone wild.
No. It doesn't make logical sense. But it makes
Well, yes, of course.
But it